Hey, how are you? Welcome to another episode of Synth Geekery, 286, it says there. Thanks, Mr. Computer. Yes, before we sort of get stuck into the show, I've got a few announcements to make and a few hellos and all sorts of stuff. We'll do that. But just before we do, if you are new here, big thank you for joining us. And it's, obviously, this show's about the stuff that you can see behind me. Lots of pianos. No, they're not pianos. Synthesizers, we call them, and with their sequencers and drum machines and samplers and music technology and eurorack or modular synths, as people call it. So there's all that sort of stuff, and we tend to sort of dabble in this world. And if that's the right world for you, give yourself a pat in the back. You've already leveled up. So let's get stuck into it. We've got a lot of stuff to get through today, and I'll get through. We've got some regular video guests, we've got some news, we've got some funny stuff to get through, so stick around. Hopefully you enjoy it. There's a lot happening. But before we do, a couple of announcements. Big shout out to Henrik, who I believe is in hospital, and just wishing he has a speedy recovery there. So hope, if you're watching, mate, look after yourself, and also a big thank you for running the show last week when I was away. As you guys may know, I was away last week with the boy, and we went down to where is it? Not that one. That one. Went down south and swam in a river and did all that sort of stuff, and canoes and kayaks and stuff. It was good fun. There's a picture. Now, during the summer, this river almost dries up. It's quite deep still in some places. It goes over your head. But in winter, that goes right up to the probably where you see those kids standing on the logs. It goes above that, so it's pretty interesting, that place. Anyway, yes, it's called Dwelling Up, if you're wondering. Anyway, what we should do is we should get rid of me and go across to here so we can see all the video guests arrive. It's nice to see you guys. We've got Daren sitting next to me there. And then next to Daren, if Daren points that way, that's Andy. And if I point down, that's Ian. And I kind of go sideways somehow. How do I do that with my hand? I can't do it. Anyway, in the sort of middle is Chris. And there's a bunch of chatties in
Chris
that.
has got the easy one.
Bunch of chatties. Yeah. Now, this week is the week that you're going to want to be one of these people. You're going to want to be a Zoomer. Yes, it's free to join Zoom. It doesn't cost you anything. You can use your browser and your mobile phone and camera and microphone, all that sort of stuff. Join us on Zoom because there's 3 spots available for you guys to react to stuff that we show you in the news segments and all our regular segments. Plus, there's 100 spots available if you really want to, like, party on with synth. So do jump in now. Now's the time to jump in. I've got someone already here. Bobby Sands. Hey. I don't even know who Bobby is. Hopefully it's not one of those weird ones. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it's definitely a weird one. It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
It's a pest.
Bye-bye, Bobby. Yeah, we don't want Bobby. Bobby, you are disgusting. Get lost. Right, now, let me just get rid of Bobby for a sec. I just want to go into here. Sorry, this is going to take me a couple of seconds to sort this out. By the way, it was pretty gross what Bobby was sharing with us, so you don't want to know about it. Give me a sec. Waiting for Zoom to launch. Here it comes.
You're still recovering from what you just saw.
Yeah. Like stick a needle in my eye. Wow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Won't be needing these anymore.
All right. So no video now yet. We can go into there. Cool. That's fine. Continue. And Bobby.
Dog in the background, Ranzee.
Bobby, we are going to say goodbye to you.
I think we hear Ranzee's dog snoring.
Yeah, snoring away.
Oh, I need to kick her out.
Oh, yes.
I need to kick her out.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of Bobby?
Oh yeah, I can hear now.
I don't know how to get rid of Bobby, guys. I probably have to take over the...
Do you have to reboot Zoom or something?
No, I'll probably have to take it over. I don't know why you can't open Zoom Manager. Zoom Manager's open. Why can't you kick people on here? Right click. All you can do is assign, but you can't kick. Can you click delete?
Really?
Yeah. It's a bit stupid, isn't it? Anyway, we'll sort that out in a sec. I just don't really want to feel like tech supporting myself at the moment. I can take over the Zoom meeting anyway. I can do that in a sec, and then we'll sort that out. You guys can still join Zoom, by the way. I've muted Bobby.
You'll work it out.
Yeah, I'll work it out. Right now, let me just double check to make sure that if I go here, hang on a sec. This could be disastrous. Actually, we need to actually get rid of Bobby.
Oh,
We
no.
do. If we go to news or funny side or anything, it's going to be disastrous. Whoa!
Thanks
this
to
is
the memory
this
mode this week. Smile.
Mr. Spongy, what are you doing, mate?
Hey,
Kenty poos.
Let me leave.
there was an earlier one as well from JP Page 2.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
You gave
Sorry,
us
you caught me.
$10. Thank you,
You caught
mate.
me when I was being
Yeah.
distracted by Bobby with his.
I was going to say assaulted by Bobby.
My eyes were being assaulted. Yeah,
Well, it's kind of abuse, isn't it?
yeah.
Kind
Right
of.
now, I can reclaim as a host. Now, here we go. This is going to be, and then I can say, remove. Good. And then we're going to say, Bobby, submit a report. Yep. Okay, good.
You've been
Kicked.
reported, buddy.
Bobby has been kicked. Now all I need to do is
Yay.
work out how to get rid of that graphic off of there. Far out. It's got the last
always
picture he was
something, isn't
showing, and it's disgusting. Come on. Are you serious?
You may have to reboot Zoom.
Can
No,
you reboot Zoom real quick?
no, I don't have to reboot Zoom. It's in vMix.
Oh no, it's buffered in VMix.
Someone join Zoom for me. Someone join Zoom. Even if
That'll
it's just
help
for 2 seconds. Someone join Zoom. Anyone, any of you guys watching the show, join Zoom. There's the link pinned in the chat. Join it so I can actually overtake that image. That's the easiest way to do it. There's a you know how when people leave it shows the last image?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Kent's in.
Thank you.
All
Thanks,
right, Kent.
Yay.
I'm going to then assign you to where that disgusting image was. Okay, everyone's joining Zoom right now. Far out. Awesome. All right, let's see if this works. How come Kent's video is not shown? Sean's video. Assign participant to there. Okay, that's fixed it, Kenty boy. Thanks, buddy. Now your audio is
All right
working.
now.
You can stay if you want, or you can go. Or
Well, my battery on this iPad's going to any second now. I've got to take it in and get it on the charger
okay, do that.
and have me morning coffee, mate. You know.
But you fixed it.
Coffee.
You fixed it. By the way, there's Kenty Poos there, everybody.
There it is.
Now I can take that off that little message. Watch this. Hey, there we go.
Ooh, what's with my hair? I need a haircut. Need a
All right.
haircut.
By the way, Sean, you're in. If you want to stay, Sean, you can stay. But there's no video for you, buds, and you're muted. Also, but you can
Well-
stay if you want.
By the way, Kent, you can show some disgusting images on your pub later. So.
I do. That's the
Yeah.
law, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's part of what
That's
it's
how
for,
you
right?
get banned,
Exactly.
mate. That's how you get a takedown.
I'll free up this space anyway. See
Well,
you
there are
later.
levels of disgust.
All right, bud. Thanks
so.
for joining. Cool.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
Fixed. Right.
care.
All sorted. He's left. So Elvis has left the building. But there's now a picture of Kenty Poos where we wanted better than what we had before. That's for sure. Oh, God. Tech support. All right. Can we get back to the show?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Right. I'll go back to me. Hey, hi guys. Now I have a list. A couple of things I wanted to sort of get to before we sort of get stuck into the show. I did want to say a big shout out to all the new Patreons that have joined.
Cool.
Keyboard. Let's go. Running out of desk space here, people. What's going on? All right, let's just get it up. Patreon.com/Ranzee is the link, which I'll paste in a sec. I'll do that in a sec. Actually, I'll do that now. Oh, I've got too many windows open. Okay, that's the Patreon link. Hopefully that gets into chat. Good. Now we can go back to here, and we can go back to my page, and we can close that, and we can go to full screen, and then we can share it with you guys. Here we go. There's the Patreon site, and it's growing nicely with membership, so brilliant. Now, you will notice that there's a lot of activity in here. A lot of activity. Please do check out the activity. Oh, gee, what's that there? There's a concert there. Oh, geez, I better not show that. So anyway, do check out Patreon. All members who are monetized will get access to that stuff. And there's like posts just about a couple of times a week, so that's good. The other thing I wanted to mention too was, where's my Discord button? Is it that one? Oh, geez, I got it right. Discord. Do check out Discord during the week. We've been a little quiet, I have to admit. You know, we're honest here. It's been a little quiet in Discord, but it usually is bubbling away, and it's probably because I was away, really. I mean, that's, I haven't really sort of been whipping them into line as much. But yeah, do check out Discord during the week. We carry on the conversations. There's all sorts of channels in there, all sorts of cool stuff. Chris has been posting some sneak peeks. You might want to go in there. He might actually share it with you tonight as well, I think.
Yeah.
But if we're lucky, you have to be nice to him.
Spoilers.
You have to be nice to him. So there's that. Also, I mention every single week, don't forget to check out our blog site, reachesranzee.com, and I'll just quickly show you what that looks like if you've never seen it before. I'm sure all of you guys who are there regularly see this before. But there's ranzee.com. Do check that out. You'll notice that there is articles on here now. I'm starting to get off my ass and write articles. And also there's links to the previous show. So Henrik's hosted show and all the links to that is already in there. It's already up. It's been up there for about a week now. And videos that I put up on YouTube, all that sort of stuff's in there. So do check that out. It is part of the Synth Geekery regime, but it's under my website, so it just makes it easier. What else can I tell you before we have to quickly get into everyone else? Tonight's topic is to do with bass lines, and that is because during the week we celebrated the 303 Happy 303 Day, and you guys probably would have noticed that. So we have to talk about that at some stage, probably going to be in Saturday's Sonority. Chris,
I've come prepared.
Good boy.
I've come prepared. I have brought a baseline.
Oh, good, awesome. Well, Daren, tell your little purple monster to be careful because I brought that with me.
Not the purple one.
The purple
It's the same
one.
as mine.
Yes.
With less stickers on it.
Yeah, well, you see, the purple
Guys,
one has special features.
If you guys are in chat and you can jump onto Zoom, plug your bass lines in and join us. We can all have a little bass line symphony. Now, I've got a note here on this note paper. It says, I should put my glasses down like this. Yes. It says, daylight savings is about to hit us. Now, this is going to be tricky this year because they're just really stuffing us around. If you live in the US, you will be putting your clocks forward tomorrow. Well, probably tonight, right? Andy, you'll probably be doing it tonight. Apparently, the 9th of March is when your daylight savings, your clocks go forward. According to Google, so if this is not correct, blame Google and the AI stupid thing. Yeah, blame that. Yeah. If you live in the UK, it's the 30th of March. These are all Sundays, by the way, if you're wondering. Kind of makes sense. As if like the world doesn't do stuff on Sundays, so they'll just change clocks. If you live in Australia, because we're upside down here, all the electrons do fall out when you're living in Australia. It's the 6th of April, just to be friggin' stupid. So we've got a little bit of time to wait for that. But if you live where I live, we don't give a shit. We don't have daylight savings.
I agree with the first bit.
What else can I tell you about before we get into the show? One more thing. I just thought I'd share it with you guys. Who can tell me who this fantastic person is here?
Miss Griffin?
Does anybody know? Someone in chat tell us? Who's that person?
No.
I can tell you they were born in the UK. Well, actually, I can't tell you that. They live in the UK. Nobody knows? Come on, guys.
No.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. She's playing a synthesizer. And it is a she. Has anyone said it yet in chat? Come on,
Not
guys.
Daphne Oram, is it?
It's Gillian Gilbert from New Order.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
Is it?
Very
And that's
good.
who I saw on Wednesday night.
Oh, awesome. You went to a New Order concert. Well done.
Yes. And let me tell you, it was friggin' amazing. Those guys are probably, cooking close to 70. And they were incredible. They were really, really, really good. To the point where, I don't really know what to say, to the point where I'm just in awe. I was in awe before, but how can you be in more awe? I'm in more awe. Anyway, enough about me.
Cross that off your bucket list then.
Yeah, in a way. Let's do how's your week been, hey? Why don't we do that? Starting with the big man himself, the man who had the best weeks out of everyone, Daren.
Do I? I don't know that I did. What have I done this week? Absolutely. What have I done this week? Good question. I think I'm writing some more live sets, even though I've got plenty to go on with. I think that's all I've been doing this week, actually. Working and writing live sets. I may want to change my live setup just a little bit as well. But other than that, I've not. The week's just gone like that. So yeah, that's all I have to report. Oh, and the weather's all right. It's nice. We're actually warming up for 3 days, and then we're going back to cold. But yes. So other than writing new live sets, the weather report, working, that's all I've managed to do. That, and I've been humming around because I'm thinking of what I've put a little bit of money away, not a lot, because I need a new computer, and I have a little bit of gas for certain things, so I've not quite got enough yet. So it's not mega expensive, but it's.
I had some gas today too, actually.
I'd say it's mid. Yeah, well, this was not from eating.
I had tacos, so there's a lot of gas coming.
Ooh.
But yeah, so maybe it's maybe something for live as well, so I can use it live. So we'll see. But other than that, yes.
Ooh.
Oh, I played at Stafford last week as well. Was it last Friday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I couldn't get on the show. I could get in the chat, but I couldn't get on the actual
you
show.
had problems, weren't you?
Saturday. Yeah, I was having issues. It doesn't like to. If I'm not on vMix, for some reason it just doesn't want to. I don't know. It's an old computer. I'm starting to get to the point where it's like it needs replacing.
Yes.
Indeed. Can I go to? Is that my cue when you stop talking to go to the next person?
I can give you a cue. Over to Ranz.
Hey! Actually, I'm not going to go.
Hey!
I'm going to go to Andy
learned.
because Andy looks so happy right now.
Oh yeah. Wake up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God bless you.
Spring chicken.
It's worth it, right? You get enough sleep when you're dead.
Absolutely.
So,
That's true.
yeah. Last let's see. Last week was fun. Got a double dose of Henrik, and hope Henrik is doing well in his
Yeah, I
current
didn't know
situation. So,
Yeah.
what else happened? A lot of just busy stuff. I did another 6 oscillators with Eddie yesterday. It was kind of fun. Just random BS. We're going to do an upcoming thing where I install a GK3 pickup and one of my remaining guitars that wasn't stolen. And what else happened other than that? I haven't had any time to do a hardware jam. Haven't time to do a EMOM. because it's time consuming, expensive going up to San Francisco all the time. But I may do one coming up. We'll see. Last few times I've been up there, it's still pretty sketchy. You know, I don't relish walking around with $10,000 worth of modules in horribly. Well, it's not so much crime; it's just wacky people all over the place, trash everywhere, and probably a fair amount of human waste as well. So, but otherwise, yeah, maybe I'll do one of those coming up. We'll see. But it's been kind of just a relatively slow week, but happy to be here as usual. So
Awesome. Fantastic. Let's head over to Ian. Ian, how has your week been, mate?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Yeah, all right. Started quite badly because I broke a tooth. So
Oh, no.
I'll be having to save up to go to the dentist. That'll be the best part of £1,000, no doubt. Because every time you have a filling, it's about £700 now. I've spent money. I've been spending money. I bought this.
Yay.
Ooh, nice.
To use
Very
with the
nice.
instrument. It was cheap. It was an auction on eBay, and I got it for £230, which I'm really pleased about.
That's really good.
That's
Yeah.
excellent.
Really good price, really, because they're still sort of going for about 300 second hand. I'm just getting my head around it. It's great fun. It works really, really well with the instrument. You know. What else have I been doing? Put out an album yesterday, and it's an album of collect. I'd forgotten I'd put together an album quite a while ago, and then never released it. So it was
As
a
you
lot
do.
of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it could have ended up a double album. It won't. I'm going to do the other half. The other half needs mastering, so that'll be probably another couple of months. But I suddenly realised that I'd done this, and it's a lot of tracks that I hadn't released or alternate takes from about 2012 to 2016. So that's up on Bandcamp now, and it's cheap. It was £3. I've done it.
It's not cheap.
So
It's amazing value.
It's amazing value, and it's probably going to go up at the end of the month. But maybe not. We don't know. Who knows? It's called In Spite of Everything, and a very nice picture on the front, which I took on my favourite walk around Frome. What else have I been doing? That's probably about it, really. Yeah, kit, tooth. Bandcamp day yesterday. Going to a gig tonight. I've got free tickets to go and see somebody I've never heard of in Frome. A guy called Ian Prowse. He's a sort of, apparently he's Liverpool's Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be interesting. I mean, I wouldn't normally have gone, but the tickets were free, so why not? You know, it won't be as good. I'm sure it won't be as good as New Order, but there again.
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen New Order live. They're pretty amazing, actually.
I've never seen that, really.
Ian, it's
my
not
only connection to New.
not about me, mate, but
Sorry.
I just thought I'd just
Yeah,
share it.
brilliant. Yeah.
It's amazing. Anyway, keep going.
So my only connection to New Order is that I used to know their sound guy, Mike Johnson. We were all mates from York, but we've lost touch probably about 15 years ago. I remember when he started working with them, actually, which was. He used to play me in those days. He used to play me demos of New Order, and I'm going, yeah, they're really good, you know, and not thinking to become the band that they did become. You know?
Well, if he came down, seriously, if he came down and he was doing the sound where we had the concert, he was doing an exceptional job. So
I don't think he works for them now. He worked at, I think, Britannia Row Studios at first, and then he became their studio engineer for, you know, all the big tracks and all the big albums, really, you know. But I don't think he works for them now. Like I said, we've lost touch, really. Might be nice to catch up with him at some point. You know, just go for a drink, you know. But nice guy.
yeah, really, really good. Awesome, man. Well, Argon 8, you're going to have some fun.
Yeah, I love it already. It's great. So,
Yeah. There's some pretty naff patches in there, but there's some pretty awesome patches.
Oh, there
in as
are.
well.
Yeah, I was I was going through some. I need to tweak that. Oh, that one's really good. Need to tweak that.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Next, let's head over to Chris. Hey, how's your week been, mate?
That week's been pretty good. I've had
Now,
a good
before
week.
you say anything, Mr. Chris,
Yes.
also I want to
Yes,
say
Mr.
a big thank you for your handling
Oh.
of the news last week. That was well done, mate.
Yeah, round of
Oh,
applause
thank you.
there.
I hope I didn't ruin it too much.
We can see you were struggling
Actually-
with the technology a bit, but
Sure,
yeah.
it wasn't as bad as I thought it was when I had a quick look at it back. And it was like, yeah, it wasn't actually that bad. So
Yeah, it was. You handled yourself well.
it's fine. Yeah, no. Happy to help. Yes, so yeah, I've had a pretty good week. Mum's getting better.
Yay.
My sister had an operation and her cancer's been downgraded to a lower grade, and her prognosis is excellent. So she has a bit of radiotherapy to do and things like that. But no, looking better. So when it comes to the big C, this is the kind of news you celebrate. So that's what I've been doing this week. A couple of cool things have happened. I've been writing a peak meter software for a peak meter, an LED display for a peak meter for my mix-up, and it's going quite well. I want to show it to you now, so I will do that as is the tradition. Okay, so can you hear that? Oh no, you can't probably.
Can't hear it, but can see it.
Oh, you can see it. Oh, good.
You can see it flashing around. Reminds me of the 90s. There we go. We can hear it now.
I'll try and angle it. Oh, there you go. So that's doing stereo. It's a centralized type peak meter. So when there's no level, there's just a glow in the middle, and when it's on one channel, for example, if I do that, just goes out one side predominantly, and then when it's mono, it's both sides. And you've got all good stuff like clipping. Now, how do I do the clipping? I turn the volume up somewhere. Ah, there you go. Oh, we got
Oh, there you
clipping
go.
now. It's bursting red.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it's trying to be informative to you as well as visually appealing. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked with it so far, and that's going to be in all my mixer modules from now on. So pretty cool, good stuff. And the other thing I did this week is I'll just turn that music down. Over my, around about there, okay. You may see my oscilloscope is hanging from the roof. It's not hanging from the roof, it's actually attached to some scaffolding. I've VESA mounted my oscilloscope.
Oh, wow.
So that's quite groovy. Hang on just a sec, I need to change to show you the actual detail. There you go. So I got a little low profile VESA mount to quarter inch, and I'm using a boom for a camera, magic arm style thing, and that's holding my oscilloscope, which by the way that was that happened to be a capture of the LED display being updated and the audio that it was reading on the bottom trace. It's kind of cool sometimes what the Google Pixels cameras pick up. So
You can never have enough VESA mounts.
No, you can't have enough VESA. Well, yeah, now I've had one, I can't have any more. I just turned down my lapel mic.
Why not?
Sorry, I can't have too many.
Why
That's what
can't you
I
have
meant.
any more?
I meant you can't have. Once you've had one, you need more. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah. Now the other thing is something new has arrived in the studio, and I think when I do this, you'll probably be able to tell what that is.
Is it almost like a Where's Wally? Wow, it looks like a Behringer product. nice. LM drum, I'm guessing.
Sorry, I just wanna
He's gone quiet. He's busy trying to change cameras. There it is.
Sorry.
Oh, did you order that, or did they have them in stock? Oh, something went weird just then.
Yes. Right. Yes. There you go. Hello. Yes. So yes, it is a Lindrum. I ordered. Sorry, I should have kept my lapel mark on when I did that, shouldn't I? Yes, I ordered it when it came in stock. I didn't do the pre-order thing because, as you probably well know, we hate the pre-order thing over here in Australia because we have to pay all our money to them before they'll even let us order them. So we just wait until they come in stock, like normal people.
Yep.
And
They
buy
don't
them
deserve
when...
prees.
No, they don't. So,
These accountants with their bank deposits and their interest rates.
So, back to me. I'm loving it. I've been playing with it all day. So, hence, fourth why... I've also been playing with the 303 as well. But unfortunately, I didn't get to any Korg product this week, so I feel a little bit guilty. So when we get to the news segment, I must apologise for not playing with any piece of Korg gear this week.
Yeah, well, it's it's fine, mate. It's fine. We all have busy periods. All right.
It's okay. I haven't played with any Korg equipment this week either.
Yes. Well, let's not talk
we'll
about
next week,
guys. Let's
I
not talk
promise.
about just yet. We will get to that. And why we're saying that. We will get to. I mean, you guys can probably work it out. Thanks, Chris. That was awesome. Actually enjoyed looking at your little module, and I'm very keen to see what you do with it and when that's going to be available for people to get their hands on. So awesome. Right. What should we do? We should say hello to the chatties, but before we do that, we should press. I think it's this button to say a big thank you. We should always say thank you. These people here, look how awesome they are. Look, if you see them next to you in chat, bow, curtsy, whatever the word is, pat them on the back, because they're awesome. And these are the patrons. Patrons is growing, guys. Now, I want to... There's about 3 spots left. If you guys check... Don't do it now, because we're doing a show. But if you guys check the community tab on my YouTube channel, there is a link to get some free membership if you are already a channel member on YouTube. So this is only for the channel members on YouTube. If you want to join YouTube right now, you can then click on the community tab and you'll be able to find it. There is about 3 free Patreon memberships left for you to grab. So I don't know if that's sexy enough for you, giving you something for free. Maybe. Go check it out. You guys would have all got the notifications anyway if YouTube did their job properly. If you didn't, blame them. And you know how to find it now. So there you go. Now, we were saying hi to the chatties. There they all are in their glory. I do want to shout out to a couple of people that come regularly, and we should always pat them on the back. Guys like Culture of Ghosts and Half God, Half Beast and Matt Brown. And who else have we got there? Steve Smith's there. Big hello to you, buddy. Who else did I see? These guys I haven't mentioned already in the other scrolling music-y thing that I should. Kieran Moore, I think, is left, but big shout out to you, mate. I know you watch it on the replay. Anyway, so there's a few of you. Don't get angry if I've missed your name because I didn't do it on purpose. Promise. Anyway, we should go into the normal show and start with this one. Jeez, it's... What are we? Like 35 minutes in and we're only starting that now. Look, guys. Look in that bottom... No, that one. Look in that bottom corner somewhere down there. You can see join us here via Zoom. And don't worry, the nasty guy's been kicked, so he's gone. And I've restarted Zoom. It all should be working. Someone should try it out for me. If you join, it should automatically pop you in straight underneath Chris. And I'll get rid of that. I can just get rid of that graphic like this. Look at that. Look at that. I can get that one. Look at all these buttons going. Wow. I've been busy programming.
Foley work in there. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. So join us via Zoom, and you can be part of the awesome part of the show. If you can't, that's fine. That's fine. You'll just be jealous those who do it. Anyway, let's look at memes. Normal people, they have 2 kidneys, and then synth lovers, they have to sell their kidney. Well, you do have 2, and you don't really need them. You could just have 1.
Yeah. You need more than one monosynth, but you don't need more than one kidney.
Yeah. I mean, you could get a Moog 1 with 1 kidney, I guess. I don't know how much you get for a kidney these days. Probably ask Donald Trump. He'd probably tell you. Next, right. Sony making some amazing samplers that look like Roland's. I think, maybe. I don't really know what the hell this is actually. It just looked like a SP404, didn't it? Don't you reckon, Eddie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those video mixer things, right?
Yeah, not sure what it is. Wags, translate it for us.
Wow.
I don't know. Portable TV, maybe?
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Could be.
could be.
Yeah. Pretty sexy anyway.
Wow.
Rush out and buy that one. Next, my kidnapper's returning me after listening to me talk about pulse width for 2 hours. Is that Nick Bat?
His name
That's
name
Nick,
wasn't
isn't it?
Nick, was it?
Yeah. Nick, what are you doing, mate?
We love you, Nick.
That's a good one. Right, and Ronald Cloud users, Ronald Cloud, I like that, queuing up for their free 303. Now, you guys probably, I don't know if you get this joke. During the week,
Yes.
Roland sent out an email to people on Facebook, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. And they said, hey, the first 3,000 people, you'll get a free 303 VST. And as far as I know, I don't know if anyone actually got. Oh, Wagoo got one. Okay, cool. There you go. I actually became a disbeliever because I got an email because we're like friggin' 50,000 hours behind here in Australia, saying that we missed the boat. And this is hilarious, right? Let me just get the email back up. We missed the boat. Sorry, we are all out of stock, but please, here, have 3 months free Roland Cloud Ultimate on us. Here's the code, ... And then underneath that, there's a big blank line with no code. And then it says, step 1, if you want to register with your free code.
Exactly, yes.
What code? What? Hang on, do these glasses work? I am absolutely not joking at all. Unless, like, it's some
April
sort
Fools came early. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless I need to use a UV light to reveal the code. Do I have to scratch my screen? Is it one of those, like a lottery scratch, scratch?
The magic marker.
Scratch and win.
the-
Scratch card.
Yeah. Thanks, Roland. You guys are a
didn't
bunch
even
of
get it.
clowns, really.
They've always been have that attention to detail. Just shows you that attention.
I didn't even get the email.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
no,
I'm a cloud
I
user.
just-
I don't think I had the email.
Yeah,
this,
No,
this is seriously,
didn't get it.
clown land. That's for sure. Anyway, bang, last one. But Alex Ball sent this one to the Synth Meme group. If you like see-through gear, maybe you should buy the shoes. Doesn't that look horrible?
They're so
there
ugly.
is something
That
unique
looks
about it,
so
isn't it?
horrible.
Looks very uncomfortable too. The sweat.
Good on you,
right,
Alex.
from all the plastic.
Ah,
Get to
dearie
see
me.
what sweating between toes looks like. You know, you get that black stuff after you've been.
Could be a fetish though.
We're getting a bit TMI there, young fella. All right, let's start the poll. Here we go. In the chat, guys, the poll has started. Synth meme of the week. You can enter by typing !vote space and the number that corresponds to it. Option 0 is synth lovers. Option 1 is Sony sampler. Option 2 is kidnappers. Option 3, it's probably a banned word on YouTube, by the way. Option 3 is the Roland clown. And option 4 is this one that you're looking right now and you're probably spitting your Wheaties out.
You thought Zoom was bad.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'd have to
Didn't
go
want to
through
bring
on
that up.
clown.
Pulse width for me.
Put your votes in, people. Wow, look at those votes happening. Coming in.
A few people haven't quite got the exclamation, Andrew. Exclamation first.
Exclamation mark
Exclamation
vote, Brooksy. exclamation mark vote. Follow what the other people are doing. Come on, Kenty boy, you can do it too.
Hold the
No
shift
space
key and
after
press
the
the 1.
exclamation marky. And human error, you
no, I got that
can
one
just
then,
type
didn't
it. Exclamation mark vote, no space, and then a space, and then the number. Come on, people. It's not that hard.
Is that it?
Ian, what are you doing? You need to slap. There you go. You got it right now.
No idea. I've got it right now. I've got it right. I think. This is too hard. I can program synthesizers, but I can't do this.
It's not that hard, honestly. Seriously. By the time we get to like 12 years of the show, you guys will get used to it.
Yeah.
Didn't they say one day everyone will be programmers? Not at this rate.
Oh, I can tell you which one's in front. Oh, holy snappers. That one's going crazy. Crazy, I say. Crazy. Anyway, it's about to finish. Let it finish. It'll finish and it'll just spew out a whole bunch of stuff in chat and you guys will know who's won. Let's just let that happen. While we're doing that, we'll just get off those horrible feet. Jeez, it's been like, poke my eyes out. Like what was on Zoom before and that. It's horrid.
What with foot fetishes and porn, you know.
Well, I don't even know if you even call it porn.
All we need is the feet and jelly now, and we're all set.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Depravity of some description.
It was very depraved. Very depraved.
Yeah.
I don't think it was very popular. I can see by the votes.
It's conspicuous in the absence. Or?
I'm not going to say anything. That is hilarious. Right. While that's doing that, I think it's got a couple of minutes to go. You guys can keep voting in chat if you're watching a little bit slower. I've given you guys 3 minutes to do the poll, and it will spew out, and we'll just announce it in the middle of this section. Better keep the show running. None of this stalling business. Hey, whoa, what's that? Oh my goodness, it's a bass line, and we're talking about bass lines today. Awesome, but we're actually talking about this little thing next to it. This little tiny, isn't it sweet? It's called the Micro Hype, and it's the 3 spelled. You guys know the lead speed, right? You got it. There we go. Polls finished. The winner was the Kidnappers with 8 votes. I can tell you that the See-Through Shoe, sorry Alex, the See-Through Shoe got 0 votes.
Classic.
That's hilarious. No, the Kidnappers was good. Too late to vote, Smithy. Come on, get with it. I know it's late over there, mate. You got an excuse. All right, now let's get into this. This is we got a video. Yes, we do. Jeez, you'd think I've never run a show before. Well, it could be
that
true.
Would be me.
Could be true. Right, and what? How come? Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the one I want. There we go. Look at that. What he's doing is you guys can read, but he's testing the difference between the TB-303 and the Hype 3. So, in the waveform up the top, orange is the Hype 3, blue is the TB-303. But you guys look at that while I read some stuff out. I mean, audio-wise, it's a TB-303, right? You guys trust this guy. He's showing you sonic tests. He's giving you waveforms to look at in spectrums. What is this? It's a bass synthesizer developed by Synthernet in Japan. Yes, these guys are Japanese. And it's modeled after wonder what it's modeled after. Yep, you got it, TB-303. And it does use some designs from other product offerings that Synthernet have. And I've shown you guys some Synthernet stuff before. And some people who may remember some weird looking little tiny gadget things recently that we showed. I'll tell you about when we showed that. Anyway, who wants to know what is running this little demon? It is a STM32F411 ARM Cortex M4 at 120 megahertz. Yes, it's a computer. It's a compact sized device. As you can see, it's tiny really. All the little knobs across the top in the 2 rows, they do correspond to pretty much what a TB-303 has. So, for example, it's got a VCO knob which offers controls to tune and the waveform selection for square and saw. The filter VCF knob offers controls for cutoff, resonance, and envelope mod. Envelope mod? What's the envelope? What am I saying? Envelope mod. There's an envelope generator as well, which offers a knob control for decay. There's a VCA, which offers knob control for accent level. So this all stuff is sounding quite familiar to you guys, right? But the bottom part, the little bottom part with the sort of keyboard-looking circular buttons, has some interesting stuff down there. This is just me sleuthing through the videos that I've watched. There's a couple of videos on Twitter/X, and I'm just sort of. There's been no sort of product page or anything like that yet. When I did the article anyway. But I can tell you that down the bottom there's quite a bit of stuff that corresponds to transport controls and sequences and note entry and things like that. So I would suggest it's probably similar to the TB-303 style, but I don't know. At the back you've got a
some
USB.
Of those are pots, some are switches, rotary switches. Because there should be rotary switches for some settings.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. Or it might be cycle, push button stuff. Anyway, there's USB connection at the back. There's a 3.5mm jack, which provides audio. And there's also something else at the back that I couldn't work out what it was because there's no picture of the back of it. There's an LED lights with around all of those little buttons as well. You can't quite see it on that video because the lights are really bright, but the video that's on X, you guys can check out the blog article, which you can see down the bottom. Now, one other thing I should mention is there was also a couple of different versions of this, and I don't know if this guy is going to be releasing all of them, and I've got them all in the blog article. You guys can check it out. There's like a desktop version, which is kind of a similar size to the TB-303, and there's also I don't know, something else. I forget what it was. Actually, you know what I can do? I can show you it because I've already released the article. I did it as a separate post. Here we go. We'll go here and we'll go here. And if we go to, there's the desktop one.
Oh, okay.
So these are the variants that I've found. So there's a good photo. There's the 3 different variants. So you've got a micro.
Fully committed to the idea, isn't he?
Yeah, and let's get rid of RAC's free advertising. You've got a micro. You've got a mic. What are they calling it?
So thin too. Really thin.
Yeah. It's really thin. It's like like circuit board sandwiches. Yeah,
3 circuit boards stacked. Wow.
Yeah. Episode 283 is when we shared the stuff with the other Synthernet stuff. Anyway, that's that. How cool is that, guys? You guys want to talk about that for a sec? Oh, price. You probably want to know price. I don't know, but there is someone said somewhere on one of the Japanese websites, and I had to use some sort of Google Japanese language translate thing, that it's going to be around about the $320 mark. And I think that price is for the big one, because I couldn't quite, I don't speak Japanese, and I couldn't quite work out the translation either. It was kind of mucking it up, but I'm pretty sure that $320 is for the big one. I'll just show you those again, guys, just to refresh your memory. There, that's the big
cases like that. The best thing to do is use Google Lens on your phone, and it'll just pop up all them.
Didn't really work for me either. I tried that, mate. Yeah, didn't really work.
Because I use it all the time. It's great.
Yeah, it usually does, but this particular case, it was kind of, I don't know if this guy was talking like Japanese rap talk, or I'm not sure. Anyway,
slang. Too hip for you.
You guys talk about this, and we'll move on to the next afterwards. Who wants to go first?
Don't need it. I've got one of these.
Yep.
Yeah, I have so many
I've got the red
boxes already. I barely use it.
My comment will be that it's a very competitive market now. So if you're going to be,
they're really cheap.
If you're going to be bringing this out, you might want to be competitive with it somehow.
You've got the S1.
Mm.
I think now all these clones, you need to start doing something different with the clones now, because there's so many clones.
Yeah.
starting.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the
Really
TB3 is cool
weird
because it's
features.
interactive with the touch. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the original TB3.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
Should we
that
move
was,
on?
that was, yeah, definitely.
We move on. Cool. Next, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
I think it's important. It was announced a little while ago, but I do want to mention it on the show. I think he passed in February, so we're a couple of weeks late. But anyway, Korg did announce it on their website. And yes, if you're wondering, this is Seiki Kato. He was the actual president of Korg Incorporated, which is the whole company. So he was the head honcho, really. And it is sad. He had an illness, so he did pass away kind of suddenly. Let me tell you a little bit about him, though, and I think it's good that we can do this, right? So he was born in 1957 in Tokyo, and he's the eldest son of a family. He's founder of Korg. After graduating from Tokai University Department of Marine Science and Aquaculture, he joined Keio Giken at Kogyo-ko, which is now called Korg, in 1980. And earlier in his career, he worked on domestic sales, handling products, and by 1985 he became head of product planning, playing a pivotal role in development of the innovative instrument called the Korg M1, amongst some others. His groundbreaking development with the M1, obviously we all know the history with that synthesizer, so he's behind that one and a few other things. In 1988 he moved to the US and he actually became the president of Korg USA Incorporated, and he worked there all the way through until I think it was 1995 or something, or it might even be like 2003 actually, sorry, because he had a few different promotions within Korg US. And then 2003, he assumed the position as president and CEO of Korg. He was 67, and he passed away on the 21st of February, so it is a couple of weeks ago, following an illness. He does have a family and a daughter, so my condolences to his daughter and his family, and obviously Korg as a company, my condolences to you guys as well. You guys want to have a quick chat about Seiki Kato?
Yeah, it's really sad, isn't it? Because, I mean, here's a guy that actually worked his way up through the company, which is really quite commendable, to start off in sales and end up president is really quite awesome, really. And he's I'm sure he's missed, really. It's very sad.
Apparently he was a really sort of happy guy, from what I've been told. Like he would go around, he would make people smile, not entertain, but like energize them with his personality. He was very.
He was meant to come out. I went to a Korg thing down at Milton Keynes a few years ago, and he was meant to come over, and he didn't for some reason, But everybody there had really nothing but really nice things to say about him. He's very, very well respected, obviously, within the company.
I hope they played the Universe patch at his funeral because it's beautifully fitting. So.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned during the week in Discord, this is why we have the Discord server, guys, so do make sure you check that out if you're not already, that I think we should give Korg products some love, and it doesn't mean you have to go and buy one, but just, they would love you to do that, I'm sure. But I got my mini log out during the week, and I was just fiddling around with it, and, I haven't touched my mini log for a while. It was kind of cool. And I was thinking,
Hold on, let me pull a Volca out, and I can get.
Jeez, mate.
Where do I start?
Only a matter of
sale
time.
there.
It was only a matter of time before that was.
I love it. I have the whole Volca set. They just won't all fit. So.
Oh, jeez. At once, is that what you mean?
Actually, I do like them. I'm just joking, but.
All right. Okay, we'll continue on, guys. We're going to miss you, buds, and thanks for all the work you did at Korg.
Thank you.
Go and hang out
Amazing work.
with Vangelis. Seriously, go and hang out with him.
Yeah.
And Dave Smith. Go and have a big party up there with Dave and Vangelis.
They're all at that Lords of Synth at the Acropolis. They're all hanging out,
Yeah, nice image.
Yeah. All right, we're going to talk about Gloop. Gloop is by Cutlasses. Cutlasses? I really don't know. Sorry, guys. Cutlasses.
As
There we go.
Cutlasses.
Cutlasses
Swords,
Instruments Gloop.
Pirates and all that.
Gloop. Now, what is Gloop? Well, it is a eurorack module, and I did this specifically just for all those people who love eurorack modules.
Where's Robbie?
Because who cares about Robbie? He's doing it for us. We know he doesn't like them. Right, let's So yeah, let's just go back to that image because it's easier for us to check out. I don't know if you worked that out, but it is a performer looper module. It allows for real-time looping with 4 simultaneous playback heads. Kind of similar to the Magneto in that sense, but it's more of a sample playback as opposed to a tape effects machine. But similar, whether it's got the 4 playback heads is kind of what I'm saying. But that also does coincide, when you think about it, with a lot of the old-fashioned tape looper machines of yesterday, before we actually had digital samplers in the world. They used to do a lot of that sort of bring the tape over one playhead and then a little bit further over is the other playhead, and so you got to muck around with that sort of difference in time, and that kind of helps you with
Preppertronics kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. So this kind of simulates that in a way, but it also does facilitate complex layering because you can use them as separate samplers as such. You can define sub loops within a main loop, and you can have granular sort of style loops happening with it. And you probably noticed that a little bit with the weird sounding audio in the video. Do check the video out a bit longer. It goes for about 3 minutes. It also has a grid mode that lets you slice loops into regions, quantizing positions, and you can have from 4, 8, or 16 regions, enhancing rhythmic looping capabilities. It's 16 HP. There's a bit more about it if you want to check it out, but it's £325. You can also buy it, Chris, as a kit through Thonk for £185.
Yes, I know, because they've been talking about it for months.
Yeah.
As it's going through various phases of version 1, and then, I mean, that's technically version 1, but there were a lot of versions 0, 0.1, 0.2. Yeah, and it's finally arrived on this particular livery. Yeah, no, it sounds nice in all the Instagram videos that keep on coming up on my feed, so yeah, it sounds quite nice.
Some of those interesting things about it, I thought, were the CV controls down the bottom, which is kind of nice, and you've got the 4 triggers down the bottom, which you could use any sort of gate type triggering thing, like a Pamela's New Workout, or even a sequencer. You could use, like, for example, a BeatStep Pro could trigger this. You know. So it does become interesting in that sense. And there's a few other bells and whistles within the menu, which you've probably checked out, Chris. There's a little bit of menu divey stuff that you can do through the menu.
Yeah, it's quite deep.
It does get a bit deep, a little bit crazy, I feel, in that sense. But just on the surface, just playing it as its default mode is pretty cool by itself.
I thought it's kind of looks intuitive. I mean, you know, I mean, most of the videos have been like basically use your ears to hear what you're hearing, and then the actual display, close up on the display, because it kind of does quite a good job of showing you where the tape head is, and it seems to have a good connection between what you hear and what you see. So it looks like they've spent a bit of time trying to get the visual right.
Yeah. I mean, the design looks pretty cool with a bit of the tape sort of looping all around all the knobs and stuff.
It's a bit big, but I mean, most tape looper modules are pretty sizable, because I mean, the whole point is that it's getting into all of the bits of it and manipulating.
Put it into like a
modulating
desktop,
kind of
like
idea.
little unit, you know, little.
Yeah.
small
There are
pod.
there are some other products out there, of course, that need to be mentioned. There's a new one coming called the Spottercatch, made by Synthx Academy. Shout out to them, because that's another one with I think it's 2 tape heads. That's still in development. It's in its sort of early stages of it's almost like a bit like a Kickstarter, but not quite. It's a bit more informal. But that's a desktop module. It's based on the Daisy Seed, and that's also doing some pretty interesting stuff with tape loops and tape decks, which is definitely worth checking out. So that's Synthx Academy is the name of the people. I just put these 2 on a similar sort of trip. So
Yeah, I mean, the other option would be to get a 1010 music module, and those things are highly capable sample players with more than 4 heads. Technically, they're 8 with the micro version. So yeah, it's different, but you can achieve similar sort of results, and the price is probably about the same. So
it's one of those ones where if you're really into tape, it's a bit like your phases, Rants. If you're into, and some people go through lots of these tape looping modules because that's their thing, that's what they're interested in. We're always looking for the perfect one, and that's sort of the vibe I get from a lot of these tape loop based modules. Is either people sort of rediscovering, or people who are just the previous one that they either got bored of, or it didn't live up to their expectation, or they're always chasing that happy accident for the first hour that they have it. I wonder if there's a bit of a mystique around this sort of tape loop sort of modules that still seems to be. I noticed it anyway. Maybe I'm talking out my ass. I don't know.
No. Yeah. We'll move on.
You know what I mean, Dave?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do. We'll move on because we've got. What happened there? Back. There we go.
I was going to say, we should get the Augustus Gloop version with the really fat filter.
Why am I missing something? Go back. Whoopsie daisy. There's something missing. Oh, WebP. Oh my goodness, with this WebP stuff.
What's with the WebP?
What's with the WebP? Doing my head in.
Someone needs to write an app that just goes out and seeks any WebPs that are stored in a hard drive and just fix them for you by replacing them with JPEGs. Someone would pay. I think I would pay for that.
Replace them with a JPEG.
Yeah. Just goes through looking and
There we go.
Need programs to catch up and start opening WebP.
Yeah. True.
Oh,
there is
Google likes WebP. Anyway, what we got here is the Ellitone NotePad. We've got the correct picture now, thanks to WebP not being there. It is a compact MIDI controller, so this is not a eurorack module, guys. It is a it features looping and recording functionalities, and it's the second entry in the FN Block series of modular musical devices. It offers a user-friendly interface suitable for beginners and experienced musicians. Its design ensures compatibility with a wide range of external gear, including DAWs. It has TRS MIDI out to, I don't know whether it's type A or B or whether it's sensing to automatically change. It didn't say, but there's a 12 touch, as you can see, activated note keys there, which are like those copper sort of plate things that you can see. 12 selectable music scales, 5 octave ranges. You can do transposing. There's a MIDI channel selection switch, and there's the recording and looping functionality, which supports phrases of up to 50 notes in length and enhancing creative possibilities there. With the MIDI channel selections, I don't know why, but it only allows from 1 to 12. Why wouldn't they go from 1 to 16? That's a bit weird. Unless it's doing stuff on 13 to 16. Unless it's sending like sysx or something out on there. I'm not sure. It's a bit weird. Unless it's a typo. It's fully assembled in the box. Released late February, and we're looking at $65 US. And I do have a little video for you to watch. Isn't it cute?
Hey.
65
It is
bucks.
cute.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think you guys get the idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So the sounds are coming from there. That's their 4-voice polyphonic synth, isn't it? The thing at the side of it.
It is. Yeah.
That's the same price, $65.
Yeah.
Sounds aren't bad, but it's very noisy. Very noisy.
But you can
It's
use
very
it.
noisy.
You can use it with anything. So ignore the sounds.
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's nothing to
Yeah.
do with the sounds, guys. It's to do with the control. So is this
So
something
it's part of
that
that
you
other
would get?
product, right? So
No, it's a different product.
Yeah.
Who'd get this?
I think
And
it's
why?
quite cute. It's not. I don't think it's for me. I've got lots of stuff that'll do. You know,
I mean, if it's
my
USB
first thought
only, it's
is
not as portable.
No, it's got the TRS,
yeah, there's
MIDI TRS. at
Oh,
the
it does.
back.
Oh, I missed that part.
no MP.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no MPE.
You still
is
need
there?
to-
So
Yeah, it's not
You need to
MPE. It
tab
doesn't
out,
need to be
obviously.
MPE, I don't think, Ian, though. When you look at what this can do,
It's
there's not
simple,
really
yeah.
an MPE sort of thing on
it's
here.
not that sort of.
Like
thing,
for
is it?
example,
Yeah,
those
just
little
looking at
copper
the
plates, they're not going to, unless it's some sort of
No.
incredible amount of
No,
electronic
they're,
design
they're
in
not
it.
velocity.
They're
or
not
touch
velocity, or they're not like slidable or XY or anything like that. They're just
Not a
literally
lot of room.
capacitive.
Yeah.
They're just capacitive. So
Yeah.
in that
Kind of
sense, I
price is
didn't
good,
need
though.
to. Yeah, $65. I thought.
60, so 50 or
It's-
50
it's a-
quid here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just me, or is it really obviously sort of, inspired by a thumb, those thumb pianos or whatever it is?
Yeah, a bit like
Yeah,
that.
it could be.
Oh, the
I hadn't thought of that. But
marimbas. Yeah.
It's combining kalimba with texting. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I should have called it the Nokia. I should have called it the Nokia.
yeah.
Might
Well,
have been a-
It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably.
Might have
I
been a
tell
lawsuit
you
there.
what. I think they've missed one trick. If it had a inbuilt little lithium battery, it didn't need to be powered by USB. That would have made it a bit handier, I reckon.
I quite like the fact he's got a four-channel generative sequencer.
Hmm.
That's quite nice.
There's a couple of little
You
bits
know.
and pieces in here. So it's not just touch it and it plays MIDI notes. There's some bits and pieces I mentioned before. It's got the music scales, the octave ranges, the transposing. Some pretty cool little bits and pieces in it.
If they made the context a little bit bigger, you could add expression to it because the Artiphone
Yeah.
Orba
Good.
has XY expression, very much like an MPE thing. With
Has
small,
anyone-
small pads.
But Andy, has anyone picked up on why it's in that
Capacitive.
layout? So if you look from the bottom up, right, it's 2, 3, 4. So you've got 2, 3, 4, and then looking
Yeah.
at the things, and then you've got that 2 rows of 3 with that sort of
black and white keys.
yeah. So the stuff right up the very very top, they're the function buttons. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of interesting why he's done it that way.
As I said, maybe it has something to do with thumb pianos. How they're laid out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What can't vMix handle, Wagyu? I wasn't reading what you're saying.
The WebP.
Oh, it probably can, but
You have to add an extension.
no. I probably have to bring it in under a browser input because it probably has the Google Chrome engine browser in it. So it will probably work through that. But I'm using the I don't know what you call it. It's like a picture slideshow input, and that's how I can scroll through the pictures, and I can just dump them into a folder and it picks them up. So it's not picking up WebP, it's not picking up AVI or was it AVIF or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
it's called,
Well-
that new one. And it doesn't pick up some of the others. But it does JPEG, GIF, PNG, and bitmap. Does the old school stuff.
The old.
Anyway, let's go to this
PCX and
one.
all
You
stuff.
guys saw that briefly before.
Yeah,
Real quick on the last one, he could add a simple accelerometer to that to give it more expression. So
yeah.
Probably.
And a
They're,
battery.
they're obviously planning to do more because they've got a thing with the synths as both together in one pack for $125.
Yeah, you can buy them as a bundle.
Yeah.
So they call it a starter kit. So I think they've got other things coming along. Actually,
Yeah.
I
Yep.
quite like
It's kind of one of these products that are kind of it's like tinkering electronics but makes music with.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that love this stuff. You know, they use it in their performances, and you know they go out on a stage, and maybe they're a singer, and so they're on stage, they're singing, and then you know you get to the next track, and the singer's turned around and grab something off a little table and turn around, and then they start going while they're singing. You know, it's kind of cool, this sort of stuff. And with those USB based MIDI things, you could get a WIDI Wi-Fi connection
That's true.
on it, and it would work
a drink.
wirelessly, and it's pretty good. Yep. Anyway, let's go to the next one. Bradshaw makes eurorack modules, and this one's called the Drumkid. Now, this is kind of interesting. How do I say it? So someone's made something probably to suit themselves, and then they thought, oh, maybe someone else might like it. It's quite deep, this thing. You can see just in that picture, I don't know if it's clear enough. Maybe I should go full screen on it, but maybe I might do this. Go full screen on that. You can see it in this video that I'm about to play you guys, that it's really like a drum machine, like a complete drum machine like you would have as a desktop module type thing, right? But he's sandwiched it all into a eurorack module. It's got SD card storage and all this sort of stuff in it, and then you've got all those sequencer based transport controls in the middle there, and it's got a very rudimentary LED display, but it's CD quality output, which is not really breaking my chops much. Only 44.1 kilohertz. Not sure why he's gone with that. It's £250, which is, I think, not a bad price. So he's probably making it on the spec. But let's have a look. It does a few extra bits and pieces, which we'll get into in a sec. But we're not going to watch, obviously, 10 minutes of this guy's video. But let's have a look.
Starts off with a normal step-based drum machine. But what makes this different is you can add random hits to the beat, like this. The higher you turn up this chance control, the more chance there is of it being generated on a particular subdivision of the beat. You also change which subdivision you're targeting, so you turn up the zoom control, go to 16th notes, and then 32nd notes, and all the way up to 28 notes at the top. If you start to turn.
So yeah, I mean, let's just go back to this. I kind of feel like it's a sample player, right? It has to be a sample player because I don't see anywhere written that this is an analog synthesis type drum machine. It might be, but yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to work out what the purpose of this is. It's a very competitive market. £250 will make this. You know, a lot of people will probably look at that and go, nah. You've got the 1010 music products can do this stuff. What is this doing that's different is kind of where I'm getting at. Now, he's mentioned a few things on that video, like with the the random sort of glitchy sort of stuff, and also the triplets and the that standard sort of stuff you can do on any sort of sequencer. It does have parameter knobs, and which he didn't go over, but there's 10 minutes of video for you to watch to tell you what they all do. But there is live editing and step editing on it. A lot of drum machines do kind of have that, and even sequencers have that. Like the BeatStep Pro has live editing. So However, there is one thing that I thought was really interesting about this, and this is why I wanted to show it with you. It does have open source design and an editable firmware. So having said that, I'm not sure where he's gone with this as a base design, but he's basically opening it for everyone to make it something into themselves, hackable. So in that sense, hats off to Bradshaw. He's done a good job there. Thoughts, guys?
Yeah, it does look to me like it's laid out in, I mean, other than the fact that the panel artwork in his version is obviously fixed. It looks everything's sort of laid out.
Yeah.
It looks like it. So just about talk about how it was laid out. Here we go. Bring it back.
Yeah. There we go.
I never heard of the Bradshaw stuff. Is a new guy, or does he make a lot of stuff?
You'll need to check that out yourself, mate. Sorry, I don't know the answer to that.
No.
Yeah, I was just going to...
Modular Grids will probably tell you that.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it looks to me like it's kind of generically laid out, like the pots are generically laid out and the switches and the outputs are generically laid out. Got 4 generic LEDs. You could turn them into anything. You could just change the front panel and you get a different legend and a different function. So, you know, that makes sense with respect to, you know, making the firmware available. You could run a completely different thing on it. You could make your own granular synth, for example.
Yeah.
And just make your own custom panel to go with it, and it's no longer... So perhaps that's what he's trying to do, or maybe he hasn't thought quite that far ahead. It just seems like with everything so rigidly laid out on a grid, it very much looks like he decided how many pots, how many inputs, how many switches, and then he would work out the software later on. You know what I mean? Like the design process looks like it was, I need to make a generic module. Then I need to, I think I'll make a drum machine first, you know.
I think he's done
sometimes, that too. Sometimes products benefit from that and sometimes they suffer from it.
Yeah.
I don't know which way this way going.
You do get more knobs in a bit box, so that's an advantage. More controls.
Yeah, and even still, I don't think this really competes in that regime anyway. Other than someone will go, I can get a bitbox micro.
Yeah.
And
well, just since you brought it up, that's why I said it. So.
Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Like, bitbox micro haven't open sourced their firmware either. So.
But you can run Doom on them.
Anyway.
Yeah, if you want to do something custom, slightly different that's not available, this is probably a place to look. If the specs meet your requirements, you know, as you said, it's 44.1 kilohertz, 16-bit. Did you say? Yeah. So, if that meets your requirements.
Yeah. So in terms of
personally, I'd rather higher. I'd rather 40.
Sorry, I thought you'd stop talking.
24-bit. Sorry.
That's all right. In terms of the open source stuff, I haven't been able to find where that is yet. So I'm sure there's probably a GitHub link or something somewhere. And once I do find that, I'll whack it into the blog article. You guys can go check it out later. All right, we need to move on because we've got lots to get through today. You probably saw this flashing past your screen just before. This is another product from Error Instruments. You guys know them as Eurorack module makers, but this is not a Eurorack module. This is called the Data Synth, and expect it to be annoying, Ian, because that's what these guys do.
All right. Okay.
Let's have a look.
Fair warning. Has
It's
the game loaded
It's a
yet?
lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, actually.
I love this sort of stuff.
Banging my head
Honestly,
against the microphone there.
yeah. I mean, look,
God's truth.
this is basically what this guy does. I love the all-seeing eye in the middle that's flashing at you. Yeah, the chakra is coming to get you. This is a second suck of the sav by Era Instruments. This is their Mark II of the data synth. So they have improved it. It is a digital, in-game sounding, circuit bending maniac thing, right? That's probably how I would describe it. It offers 70 algorithms for creating a whole bunch of different noisy, crunchy, and lo-fi digital sounds, and that's exactly what it does. And it's designed for experimental musicians. And it can function as both a eurorack module or a standalone tabletop device. It's powered by USB. Unfortunately, it's USB Mini. Sorry, guys. And the Mark II also features a redesigned polished aluminium back panel, which sort of enhances its build quality, I guess. As Wagyu says in the chat, 135 euros or 115 US dollars if it's kind of getting that exchange rate quite right. I'm not sure if it is, but anyway, somewhere around there. Thoughts, guys?
It's a bunch of my 80s arcade youth in a small box. It's,
Yeah, it's not quite for me, to be honest.
Jeez, what a surprise.
I do like some of those sort of sounds. I have to, yeah, my little toy guitar thing will do some of those sounds.
Yeah, for me, it'd be something where I just sample little glimpses of those sounds. I'm a bit like Ian. I can't cope with it constantly. An hour and a half listening to this.
Yeah.
Imagine an
You can get those sounds out there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's well okay, Andy.
Yeah, endlessly streaming that would be awful, but little hits and stuff would be great for percussion and all that.
Yeah. Put it in with some nice melody stuff. It can be quite well balanced.
Imagine that being gated through a sequencer, and then like you could trigger that whenever you wanted to. So you could have like, I'm just trying to think. There's a couple of bands that do this sort of stuff where they gate samples, and they sort of have a, like and it's just it's just little tiny little snippets of open and closed on the VCA.
It's rhythmic.
But it's rhythmic. And that was the first thing I noticed with this. And because every single tiny little gate that opens and closes on it in a sequence would actually sound different, and it would just be absolutely insane. And I thought that would probably be one of its little workhorses for you. Definitely not the way he played it, but he's just showing you all the different variations this thing can
exactly.
do.
You need like all this sort of stuff. You need to spend some time with it, don't you?
Yeah, less is more, I think, with this, right?
And whack a load of
the way he was just playing it.
Yeah.
Is there
the way he was just playing it would work really well at Guantanamo Bay.
yeah.
Well,
I can imagine it.
I was thinking like R2D2 was going to call us and say, "Hey, this guy's just ordered a pizza on the show." What? Because it was all binary.
I was waiting for the carrier to connect.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can imagine using this as like drenched in reverb, but sort of in the background, as occasional little like bleeps, kind of like you was
like
used
a
in the
texture.
Blade Runner soundtrack.
Yeah,
kind of just every so often, just little captures of it, a bit like what you said, but not in a rhythmic sense, even more in a sort of ambient sense. That's another way you could use it.
Indeed. Well, the good thing about it is you guys were all talking about different uses for it. Even though you may not buy it or whatever, you're already coming up with ideas with this thing. So to me, that makes this actually an interesting product, and I absolutely always like
nice and big,
Era Instruments.
Because I thought it was going to be like a little small, almost
it's
kind
kind
of
of
fingers.
Kind of
it looks there. Yeah. So it's at least it's a hand
cool
size.
Someone mentioned credit card. I think it's a bit bigger than a credit card. In chat. Anyway, that is it for news this week. So like I'm telling you, every single time I look at the news for the week, I look at it, I'm going, oh, there's a firmware update. Oh yeah, someone's released a new VST software. Someone's put a new like guitar pedal, and I'm like, God, honestly, it's slim pickings. But then I dig and I find all this stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
So, tell me what you want to buy. Do you want the Hype 303, the Gloop, the Ellitone, or the Drumkid,
I think it's
or this?
the Gloop for me,
probably.
and I'm
The Gloop would be
bizarrely,
good.
weirdly, probably this, but
Yeah?
it wouldn't be like top of a list or anything. Just for some little bits that I fancy, like glitching out and ambienting it and delaying it and reverse reverbing it and God knows what. But probably the Gloop is the main thing.
In fact, you might say that what you want to use it for is data mining.
Yeah, yes.
It's a tumbleweed there, Chris.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Data mining, you know. There's literal data mining, and then this is data, and there's a data synth, and you're mining little audio gems.
Don't explain it, mate. It's all right.
We don't. We've just got you. We've actually got you explaining it.
I thought that was what I was on the show for. To explain myself. Please explain yourself. Justify your existence.
Okay, let's go back. All right. So what we should do is we should move on to the next segment, I feel. What do you feel? The Chatties are kind of saying, you know, they're saying the same thing. Robbie's telling people to throw it in the bin. I don't know why. Like, Robbie, you grumpy old bastard. Seriously.
Doesn't
right.
have patch cables.
We should do this. What have we got this week? Yes, when I put all these together, I'm like crossing my fingers, hoping that all of them are still live on Reverb, and you can still buy them. Unfortunately, this one's sold. Sorry, guys. It definitely wasn't sold when I cut and pasted it about 3 days ago. But anyway, let's talk about it anyway, because I think it's interesting. Has anyone actually ever played an Elka Wilgamat? It's an analog drum
Love the
machine.
name.
Yeah.
The name is great.
I don't think I've ever come across this before. Yeah.
Is that not the one? I wonder if that's the one that Look Mum No Computer you recently restored or modified. Anyone in the chat? Or was that a different one?
Maybe. But
Godwin sounds familiar.
look, just because it's sold, we can still check it out. I mean, I actually looked at the price and $1,000, and I thought to myself, oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but on this segment, I have changed the title a little bit because people were getting bent about it. Said scammers and stuff all the time. So I've just changed it to Price Watch. But there are sometimes crazy used gear deals, and there are sometimes scams. So there you go.
It's got everything.
Fixed. What button do I want to press? That button. There. So let's have a closer look at this, because I don't know much about it, and someone in chat would probably, maybe not, tell us. I don't know. Anyway. Bass selection, bass, accompaniment, rhythms. Looks very eclectic, doesn't it, in its design? Someone's come up with a kind of crazy design. There we go.
It's one of those wacky old digital fonts too.
So it has
The
some
old version of a computer font.
Obviously, Andy, it's got some sort of clock, right? It's got a start button. And there you go. There's your tempo from 1 to 9. It doesn't go to 10, boys. Don't know what went into that. But it does have the cha-cha.
I took a picture with a cell phone. See the buttons with the LEDs? It looks weird. It's a cell phone picture.
Oh, Ian. We can run our afro with the cha-cha.
Absolutely. I wonder if you can push two buttons together to make,
you definitely can.
Mambo and cha-cha.
Yeah, you definitely can.
They got
Because I
Boogie
noticed
Woogie
that.
too.
Yeah.
So there's a little mixer section there. And then, just in case you didn't know, that it's turned on. Interesting.
It's lost its bit of wood on it though. It's gone. That's been mounted in some.
Yeah, some sort of
something,
tilting
some sort of
mechanism.
rack,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Serial number 1145 for those
I
playing along
like
at home.
this, actually.
Wow, I got the interface.
Yeah, that's sauce.
Yes, and I just checked. This is not the same one that Mum No Computer modified or featured in one of his videos, but it is of the same family. It's also a Godwin,
Right. Whoops.
and so they
got
are
a
related
video.
to each other. And
So whoever bought that, you lucky bastard, I reckon that would have been a great little purchase.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, says me. Now, stay tuned. There is another Elka coming up. And that was purely coincidental. Next, we are going to talk about the vintage ARP Odyssey Mark 1 White 2800. So the 2800 refers to the filter, I believe. Is that right, guys? I can't remember. I don't know why it says 2800. I'm kind of, my memory's starting to. No, I think isn't the filter 4023? That's what I thought. What's the 2800 referring to then?
Don't know.
I just completely don't know. This one is still for sale. Yes. Nearly $4,000, Chris, for us. £2,000 for you guys over in the UK. I don't know if I'd pay that much for an ARP Odyssey. There's plenty of these
I don't
out
trust
there.
it. It doesn't have the check marks on the
Keeping
title.
it going
So.
as well.
There's
Becoming
plenty
a
of
flight
Odysseys
case.
out there. ARP sold an
grand.
absolute gazillion of these. I don't know this particular white one they sold a gazillion of, but they definitely sold a gazillion Odysseys.
Suicide Keys, is it? No.
Not quite. And we've seen
Still
these
got
to death, haven't we?
Most of it's obviously it's had its caps.
Got a flight case.
It's it's slider caps
Well, that was
and it's
standard.
internal caps.
They had the coloured caps on these. That was standard.
They're saying they possibly have been refurbished,
The Tic Tacs.
replaced.
The Tic Tacs, yeah. Yeah, they said that, didn't they, in the listing? There you
No
go.
protection in the case, though. That's not good.
Lots and lots of photos, which I like to see. Well done for the San Diego guy. Synth Chaser, well done, mate. Good listing. Nice, good description here. Definitely good. Tells us what you've
comprehensive.
done. Yeah, very good. Power supply rebuilt.
It's replaced.
Tantalum capacitors replace. Done an oscilloscope calibration on it. Good stuff. Well done.
Nice.
So there you go. I don't know what someone tell me in chat what the 2800 refers to. I didn't see. I wasn't watching chat. Let me know. Because I don't understand the reference with that. Unless it's a typo
And
it was
a number.
and it was 2600 maybe? I'm not sure. Not sure indeed. While they're trying to work that out, let's go to the next. Elka Synthex time, people!
Oh my god.
I love the synth.
At that price?
17 grand. Yeah. £8,000, £8,500, boys. It is also for sale on Reverb. This one is based in Toronto, in Canada, or as the previous one of the previous prime ministers of Australia said, Canada.
Yeah.
How's it going, Tony Abbott? Right, let's have a look at this.
The suppository. of
Canadian.
information.
What a doofus. Right.
I
What have
can't
we got
buy anything
here?
from Canada. We're causing the tariff issue, so they're going to jack up the price.
Yeah, we know. They've closed the borders at Mexico too, mate. They said,
it's
stuff
bad,
you.
mate.
Oh, okay, Wags. Thanks, buddy. Up 2800. I never knew that.
Yeah,
There you go.
there you go.
So an ARP 2800 is an Odyssey. But we just say Odyssey.
I've never heard that.
I have never heard that. Holy snappers. And I, pretend to know a bit about synths, and I've never heard that one. Anyway, we're talking about this, and you guys are probably thinking, why am I not showing it? Because I got distracted by the chat. You can blame Wagyu. This one's also been on a little tilt sort of thing as well, hasn't it? Maybe that's an Elka thing. Yeah. You guys do know that Elka make the stands, right? When you would have bought a Synthex back in the day, you would have got the chrome stand with it. They came with a chrome stand, and they were really, which actually had the metal plate across the front of it with Elka written on it. It was really Italian looking,
Yeah.
You probably
Like a Vespa.
the guy delivered it in his Fiat. That's how Italian it was. He had a leather jacket on. He said, "Hey, come on, we'll have a cappuccino." And anyway, no,
Fits on the back of a Vespa.
I love this synth.
Cappuccino.
I mean, the layout of it, it's superb. It's just so superb, and it's obviously got one of the best chorus sounds in the world. Beautiful digital goodness with analog goodness. There you go. Who wants to see the last two photos? Me. This one's been sitting in Canada for a bit because it's the 117 volts.
Oh,
cassette interface. Oh, jeez. Tell you what. Don't you just love playing with the old cassette interfaces? Not.
No.
loading. Error.
Yeah.
Rewind.
Oh my god. Alright, we got one more. I promise you guys I've saved a really cool one for last. You ready? The Quartervox CDX0652, commonly known as the White Elephant.
White Elephant.
Oh, hell yeah. This thing is insane. It's a really good price, actually. That is actually a really, really good price. This one is in Brooklyn, by the way, Andy, so you might be a bit of a drive. Road trip, anyone? Let's have a look at this.
Yes.
Too far. There's a couple of photos.
Wow.
This thing is organtastic, isn't it, hey? Organtastic from Moog. Look at all those little toggle switches. Oh, it's just a thing of beauty.
This would look great on a 60s film set.
Hey, Andy,
sci-fi thing,
we were talking about molded
fantastic.
plastic last time, weren't we? With the Moog stuff, that that sort of injection molding stuff. Like this is
Curves.
this is like terrible. It reminds me.
Screams vintage. Yeah.
Do you remember the car in Wayne's World?
No.
Come on,
Saw it a long
guys!
time ago.
Surely you can't forget the car they had in Wayne's World when they were literally singing
The one
to
that did the headbanging in.
yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody. That car.
Yeah,
this
baby.
reminds me of that car. This design.
Yes way.
We'll find it.
Wasn't it like a Pacer or Gremlin or something like that?
Someone will tell us in chat. There's always people on it. Anyway, should I go to the next photo? Oh, hang on, what are you doing there? Next. There you go. You got a percussion section there. Geez, what happened up the top there? It's all kind of wonky.
It's
get
been
in the-
bashed.
It's maybe they sent it to Australia. See what happens to Moog's people in Australia? They melt. Look at that little string section. It's all wonky.
Is that's got to be a GoPro doing stitching on 3D transform or something.
Oh, you
'Cause isn't that what
lens
GoPros
Can't move their
are?
aberration.
shape because they're upside down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's GoPros are. They only have one.
They do lens
simple.
aberration. No,
Yeah,
but
they do lens.
that definitely is all wonky up the top. Look at it. What the hell's happened there?
Yes.
It's melted, hasn't it? They've left it in the sun too long.
ASIO Head said a 1976 AMC Pacer. I don't know if that's the reference to the car I was talking about. Let me just Google that.
That's what I thought it was, a Pacer from memory. It's because they picked the dorkiest looking car. AMC Pacer. My neighbors had two. That's how goofy they were. It's like a big egg-shaped car.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
The
it.
old saying was, you can't pick your nose on a Pacer because there's a giant back window you can't hide.
Yeah.
This synthesizer reminds me of this car, and you guys are about to find out why. Downloads, yeah, chuck it in there. Yeah, it's a JPEG.
Not a
Oh
web-
my God, wonders will never cease. I found one. Let me chuck it in here. Yes, don't crash on me. There you go.
There you go.
You guys are probably thinking,
Imagine
what?
imagine a
That synth
family
doesn't
owning
look
two of
anything
those.
like a Pacer. Let me show
It
you
looks
again.
great, actually.
Look, let me show you again. That's the car that brought this
Where do you see the front?
synth home in.
It does look that way.
And if you don't like the rounded edges,
not
there's one called the
completely insane.
Gremlin, which had straight sides.
Yeah, the Gremlin had the straight sides, but the
I
Pacer
was
is
also
definitely the one.
thinking, you know those egg chairs from the 60s? The ones suspended from roofs.
Wagoo is onto it. We haven't done a synth quiz yet, and there's a reason why. Because I forgot.
Bombshell!
But we can definitely
ready for the synth quiz.
We can definitely do it. Here we go. I did have it prepared. It was written on my notes over there. In fact, if you actually rewind the video, you probably would have seen the answer because I did flash the notes at you guys for a second. The first clue is chord. Not chords, just chord. Don't know why, but hey, we'll go with that.
CH or CO?
Yeah. CHORD, chord. That's your first. Yeah, CHORD, please. Yep, not the thing that wraps around your PJ pants.
Yeah.
The thing that we're talking, it's a music show, right? We're talking about.
Everyone is born.
Right, yeah, right. I want to get an AMC pacer. I love them. They're so cool. I want to get one, and I want to sing Bohemian Rhapsody in it. Just because
my neighbor had two. One was the actual brand. It was a special model, Pacer X, it said on the side. Like it's any cooler with Pacer X on it.
Yep. Right now,
I like his cool car.
I'd rather a DeLorean.
We just finished Price Watch, but we didn't ask everyone, and people get upset if I don't ask. Tell us in chat, which one would you use? Would you get the Elka Wilgamat? I don't know.
No.
Would you get the Elka? Oh, sorry. Would you get the ARP 2800? Oh, I've done that now. Would you get the Elka Synthex, or would you get the Moog Quarterbox? CDX 0652, the White Elephant.
Yeah.
Or the AMC Pacer if you're Rams.
Yeah, the Moog.
Yeah, what's this about you guys doing a Name That Synth last week? I watched it.
You did?
Wasn't really a proper Name That Synth, though, let me tell you.
I told him it wasn't a synth.
I didn't know
but,
it was happening.
Yeah, whatever.
Bert, did you fill out my form?
I had no...
Let me check. Let's see if Bert's filled out my form.
Prior knowledge of that particular part of the show.
Go to forms, go to entries.
Nothing to do with us, was it?
Winner registration entries. Let's see if he's filled it out. Waiting. Nah. He hasn't filled out anything yet. Yes. Look at that. Don't email me. What the hell was that?
Wasn't mine.
That might have been me.
That was extremely weird.
Was that? Wait a minute.
No,
Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. That was you.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. It was me.
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
didn't
the
know
chord
that.
he's playing. That's for the clue chord.
Ooh, what was that?
We
aren't doing a Name That Synth, don't worry. No, we're not doing it. Send one in, people, please. Come on, send one. Don't be lazy. I was watching Wags' Name That Synth the other day, the Russian one that he showed us. That was brilliant. It was brilliant. Wags, do more of that stuff. That was good. I love that one.
That was good.
I forget what it was called. You know who won that? You guys have to... Wagoo will know who won it. Don't tell us Wagoo, because I want them to guess. Guess who won that Name That Synth? I just told you what type of synth it was. It's really obvious who won it.
Zastrovia?
No idea.
The guy that does the blue art, Grey Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Oleg. He was literally on the show, and he has Wagoo has a Russian synth, Name That Synth, and he's like all over it. He's like, yeah. No one else.
It's like when I did the OB12, I was just talking to the winner about it like a week before, because he used to have one. I had just put another demo out or something like that. And so it was fresh in his mind, the OB12. So as soon as he saw and the slightest clue that on the one, even though I obscured it, he goes, "Oh, OB12."
Yeah. Well, guys, you know what we should do? We should do this. And then we can officially let our hand down. Chatties, eh? It's paused on there. Ask us anything, and it's paused. Let your hair down, guys. Hey, no one went into Zoom again. I'm really disappointed with all of you people not going into Zoom.
Well, be careful what you ask for. That guy might come back.
Well, I can kick him. I can do some kicking. I don't mind. Yeah. Anyway, Saturday Sonority's on, and guess what time it is? It's TB-303 time. Well, this is not a TB-303. This is a TD3, and I've got to keep hiding it from Daren because his little mate
Not from me.
wants it.
I've got 2 yellows.
Cut off.
Okay, well that's my bit done.
Mine's not plugged in.
It's a baseline. What are you up to there, Chris?
Actually, the Brambos Ripple Maker is excellent on the
Just setting
iPad
something
because
up.
it does so much more than that.
Okay, so there's my.
Oh, you got the purple monster as well.
Yeah, I told you I had the same one. Let's see if we can get focus. That'd be lucky, wouldn't it?
What a load of crap, TikTok. Unoriginal content. What a load of crap.
Unoriginal.
Yeah, it just gave me an error message saying that my video contains unoriginal content. What? Okay, show me where you've seen that content before. Keep going, Chris.
Dude, whoa, sure. Okay. Let's go into master, and that's already muted. It's probably already set up. Let's see if we've got any music coming through. Let's have a look.
Could go up a bit in volume, but yeah, it's coming through.
Yep. Turn that off, please.
Oh, we've got people in chat. Yay! Add. David, turn your camera on. There you go, that's better. David's doing a dance. I'm going to bring you guys in a sec, don't worry. Don't fret. No fretting here. David's there. Chatties can go there. Puricelli can go there. There's room for one more. This is really good, Chris.
Anyway, that was mine.
I can turn those things off too. There we go. Hey, look at all everyone. Robbie, is the audio working? I think it should be.
I think so.
Yay, it's working. And
Good
Dave,
afternoon, gentlemen.
Dave, your audio working?
Check.
Yay.
Hey,
It looks like Rob to me. Hold on.
All right. Who should we go and say hello to first? I think Dave came in slightly earlier. I'm not sure. You guys can do an
Age before beauty.
You can do an arm wrestle. How are you, Dave? You good?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Very good.
Got a little delay on my side. Yeah, I just wanted to come by. Had a moment, so just checking in. Oh, I'm gonna be that guy. I got a listening party today. Let's see if you can see it. Oh. Sorry, give me a second. This is like really challenging my
left brain, right brain. Go.
So there's like two. I got two left. It's got a beautiful CD. I'm not gonna do that. But
yay!
Here's the plot twist. $1 shipping to Canada and Europe, maybe even Australia.
How?
I don't know.
How?
To think about it.
How, man?
$1.
How are you getting $1 shipping? Far out.
It's not your.
Is this pre or post tariffs?
It's both. Everything's added on, Rob. But trust me.
It's on the back of David's dinghy. David's got a little dinghy down at the jetty, and he's just pushing it off the edge and hoping.
Yeah.
Put a little sticky note on it. Send it to Australia.
Fighting my one-man war against capitalism, I guess. Wasn't my intention, but here we are. Anyways, I'm doing a listening party. Oh God, 2:30, which is what 9:30 UK. God knows what it is Australian time. Probably 2 in the morning.
Middle of the night, isn't it?
Next year, isn't it?
Where are you?
And that's mountain time. So if anybody's around, I know there's about 50,000 things on YouTube now, but hey.
Is that PM, 9 PM or 9 AM? Your time?
It would be 2:30 my time PM.
PM,
which is
wouldn't it?
4:30.
PM. Yeah.
2:30.
You know how it is. Just come by and say hi. That's
yeah. Sorry, Dave. I would do, but I'm out tonight, so.
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah.
That's actually not too bad. It's 5:30 AM. We could probably get up early and watch that.
Might be washing my hair, I think.
Yeah, well, that's enough about me. I'm already getting bored with myself. But go on. Let's see what Rob's got.
I love you, David. I love you.
I just want to. Have you got a link for the listening thing that you could somehow get to me, and I can pop.
Yes.
I can populate that. Actually, just send it to me via Zoom. I can get it from there.
All right, give me a second, or maybe a few seconds.
Yeah, send it to me somehow via Zoom, and I'll pick it up. Right now, let's go across to Big Robbie. Hey, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, very well. Yeah, a little bit tired and achy because I was out gigging last night.
How about magnanimous instead?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay,
I'll take that. Yeah, no, good night out last night. Night off the show. Went to see the Darkness again. Who was supported by Ash? Do you remember Ash?
No,
they were brilliant in the day.
I don't know who.
And they still are.
Yeah,
it's still the original members and everything.
UK.
Yeah.
Is a female guitarist still there?
Nah, she left.
I want to say
she left a while ago.
She did a really good solo album. At one point.
Yeah. Look, I got just representing.
Hey, man. We've all got different colours.
But I also I got
we've got me and Robbie have got yellow because
this arrived
originally
today.
they were a limited edition.
Oh, you got the Blondie machine.
So, because I'd bought the Behringer Wave, I'd got about 20 quid's worth of loyalty points or whatever it was. So this cost me like 130 something, which I thought was too good an opportunity to miss.
Nice, awesome. Have you plugged it in and played it yet?
I have. I've played a little with it, yes, and it's a CR78 in a different box, pretty much.
Okay.
From what I can tell, yeah, but it's nice. It's I have to say, I mean, look, it's the same kind of build quality as the TD3 is that kind of, it feels like it's 150 quid. But the knobs, actually, I don't know whether it's me or whether they actually feel rather nice. So I don't know. We'll see how long it lasts. But saying that, I did pull the volume knob and it just came straight off in my hand. But that's, that's part of the course.
Is it going to go back on? That's the question.
Oh, yeah. It's just not as stiff as the tempo knob.
That's just made easy so you can customize it, Robbie. That's
what it is.
Colour your knobs.
There you go.
Yeah.
They thought in advance.
Now, speaking of new Behringer stuff, Chris, you did show us the LM drum before, and have you had that long or?
I've only had that for a couple of days.
Okay.
I've
Couple
got,
of
I've
days?
got one of those too.
Days. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's
I
why
know.
I thought I'd bring it up, Robbie, because I know you've got one.
It's really good.
It is. This is the thing I'm hearing. It's good, right? People are happy with it.
I think for me, it was a lot about that old workflow. You know, it's. I think that the Lindrum workflow was always quite good, and the fact that you've got an independent mixer and independent pans, and all and they've replicated that to a pretty decent level, and it's just fun to use. I just loved playing with it. It was just like old school again. It was really nice, and it sounds good.
Yeah, the sounds are kind of what gets me on
It's
it.
samples, isn't it? So
yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, but does it kind of give you that sort of playability that the old one did?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think what I like about it is because the original. I mean, you have velocity sensitivity on here if you want it, but the original didn't have it, and so if you just leave that as standard, the way that Roger set everything up, so you have 3 snare sounds. It's one snare sample, but just at 3 different volumes. Just having those 3 velocities of the snare there. There's something about just messing around with that and not having to worry about velocity levels and just do it. Just just program it. If you want a quiet one, you hit that one. If you want a loud one, you hit that one. And it's just nice and simple to get into. It's a lot of fun. It really is.
Very good.
So there are 3 different velocity levels. Yep.
So how much do they set you back, Chris?
That's $735, I think it was about.
So about
Australian dollars.
350, 360 pounds, somewhere around there. Okay. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I think I paid 3 because Toman were doing it for a bit less, but I was keen to get it, so I went with Anderton's, and I think I paid $369 UK.
So it's got a little bass synth in it too, doesn't it?
Only if you put bass samples in.
Yeah.
You can put any sample in it, so
Yeah.
you got
Okay, but it hasn't
128 samples, per kit. So yeah, you can put in some
Word
nice
of warning,
crunchy-
Chris. I don't know if you found this yet.
Yes.
If you import any samples into it, make sure that the file names are short yet descriptive, and because it doesn't like long file names, and so if the first part of the file, say you've got 20 files, and the first part is the same, it will come up with every sample. It will just come back as
the same.
So you don't. So you have to be a little careful.
Good. I remember having similar problems with the TR6S, and people would have had it with the TR8S, the Roland, anything which has a short display. You always try to organise the first 8 letters to be some kind of cryptic code. Particularly, having things like the drum type in the first couple of letters is important, like SD, BD.
Yeah,
that's what I tried to do anyway.
Yeah. But then Ali James came out with his updated version of vProm, which is a brilliant plug-in version of the Lin, and goes way beyond what the LM drum or the Lin drum could do. So you kind of sport for trying. It's only like $50. It's crazy.
It's better than 360.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So back to giving us a bit of baseline love. Did anyone do a bit of 303 stuff during the week? Did anyone actually pull one out on a 303 that is on
I did, my old rifle, my dad's old rifle from the war. Yep.
I have to admit, I took my I haven't played with the TD3 for a long while. I bought this second hand off some guy on Facebook Marketplace, and lucked out that it was literally brand new. But the first thing I programmed, because the first song I ever heard that used a 303, shows my age, was Orange Juice, Rip It Up from 82. That was one of the first ever songs to hit the charts that used the 303, shortly followed by, although Martin Ware I think will tell you that he was first, but we'll let them fight that one out. Let Me Go by Heaven 17. uses the 303, and I just remember hearing I remember hearing that 303, that kind of squelchy sound. And this, of course, was many years before the whole acid thing, and being entranced by that. What was doing that? It's kind of, it was kind of like a filter face. It's like wow, 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 wow.
Yeah.
It was great. And as a kid,
It looks
it was
like it
brilliant.
sounds.
Exactly. Yeah. So of course, when that came back, about 7 or 8 years, I can't remember acid. I was too fucked out of my head to remember when that was. But it was like, oh, it's that sound. But now it's like, and loved it. I absolutely loved the whole acid house thing. What Chris was doing.
Yeah, acid house was 87, 88, but it came in before.
Yeah. But what Chris was doing was the thing that I really liked about people that used the 303 then was they were using it for this, kind of a nice little interesting, repetitive, crunchy, grungy thing. It wasn't necessarily a bass sound, it was just this sound.
Yeah.
And then they put underneath that something, like an 808 with that really boomy kick, and then these big lush pads. Yeah. And so it was this kind of sonic, so you had the big boomy stuff low end on the 808. You had the kind of nasally 303, and then you had these lovely stringy pads on top. And for me, that's many nights lost in nightclubs. That was.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. And we had no idea in those days. We had no idea how they were making these sounds. We're just like...
No, yeah.
And I remember the stories you used to read in magazines, because we didn't have the internet, of people saying, "Oh, I picked a 303 up at a car boot sale or whatever, junk sale for like 20 quid, because some granny, her husband had died, and he bought one as an accompaniment machine, for which it was actually originally used for." And he had that sat on top of his Technics home organ or something, and then he'd passed away, and she was moving all the stuff on, and people were picking this stuff up for next to nothing. It was crazy. Never found.
I was never into the acid thing, but I have to say I find the TB3 fits really well into a mix. Every time I use it,
it occupies.
I'm really surprised at how easy it sort of just pops in. Yeah, it's great, really. Yeah.
That's what I found. I've got the TB-03 as well, the Roland ACB.
Yeah, the boutique.
Comparing, the boutique one, and I find that one does proper bass better than the TD3, but the TD3 just does a much better job of that mid-range bass. Seems to sing.
Which was the green one, the IRA one? Was that the TB3 or the TB-03?
It was the TB3, yeah.
That was the TB3.
Yeah, I really liked that. I got rid of mine because I never used it enough, but I actually really liked it because it was kind of like Roland were going like, we've already done the TB-303, let's do something that sort of nods towards it and celebrates it, but let's make it kind of more modern. And they did, and I thought the little sequencer thing on it was quite intuitive, actually.
Well, it wasn't just touch for the touch bass name, but also it had like 3 extra banks in it of all kinds of sounds that weren't acid at all.
Yeah.
So it actually made a great sound brain for all kinds of stuff.
And you could also use the sequencer as and it would sequence external gear as well. So that made that pretty handy too. Yeah. But yeah, you don't really need like 50,000 boxes.
Instead of just drive and filter, it had tons of built-in effects on it too. So.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, and it was pretty cheap too. I remember it was only $200 or something. It was pretty cheap, I thought, for what it was. And they don't make them anymore, so apparently.
I was just going to look up how much the TD3 is now, because I bought mine new for 60 quid. Now, obviously, I think red was the colour that nobody wanted. But
when I looked, red and purple were the cheapest. So. Yeah.
Were they? Yeah, that's what it is then. Yeah.
I was looking for the TD3
yellow one for like
MO. I was looking for the MO version the other day. Actually, when I pulled this out, I thought, I remember that they brought out this new version with extra bits and bobs on it. Yeah, and I think that was about 150. That was about 150. Yeah.
Why are they so expensive?
£80 more.
I don't know. They're certainly not paying the Devilfish guy anything for it, are they? So.
The demos I heard, it didn't sound like Devilfish. It sounded different.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that the MO has lost that kind of the sort of edge, really,
The
because
mojo.
of all the extra bits. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind having a go with one, but I'm sorry. I really hate the programming a 303 is just
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Oh,
it's kind of one of those things where you just kind
Yeah,
of
but
like
the good
kind
thing
of
about it is, though,
I kind of embraced it. in the
you do
end.
get happy accidents.
yeah, exactly. I was going to say I just kind of go like this, and then see what comes.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people did back in the day, either deliberately or because they were too, incapacitated by chemicals, and they would just go like this. Oh yeah, there you go. That works.
Well, what's going on with the price? I swear I paid a lot less for mine than what they're showing at the
I did.
moment.
I mean,
Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
Juno doing the red one, new, £99.
Yeah, it's on
Right,
Amazon. It's the same price.
What, the
It's
standard
£90.
Yeah,
Yeah, the red one.
yeah, the standard
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
I could have sworn I paid like £60 for mine.
I paid 60. I think 68 for. Well, no, maybe 65, 68. No more.
Yeah,
than-
it
certainly
could have
no
been.
more than
It
70.
might have been 65. Yeah, but it was definitely in the 60s.
Mine was 89. 89 when I got them, but then that's because there was the yellow ones and there was supposedly limited edition. They didn't say what the limit
Oh
was.
yeah, I remember
but,
the limited edition.
no, 20,000, 30,000.
Yeah. I
They're
bought
about
mine
80 now
second
when I
hand
got
for
mine.
75, I think it was. It was boxed and everything.
Yeah,
That's not
purple
too
one's
bad.
87 now at Gear for Music.
You can't complain about that. That's not too bad.
The most direct editing on any 303 is Troublemaker on the iOS platform. Look at this. You can drag and drop all your points, add your accents, all your curves. It has editing
quite
buttons
nice.
on the sides for quick flipping and flopping. It has probability. It has mutation stuff in it. It's the craziest damn 303 you've ever seen.
What's that called,
And
Andy?
it sounds great.
I'm just done.
Troublemaker.
One
You want to hear it? Here, I'll play it real quick.
Yeah, that's good. That's what it is.
Andy, you should just sell all your synths and just have your iPad.
Very
But
nice.
check this out. So these are the editors here. So you can flip it.
Kid,
Oh,
quick!
sorry, you
She's
can't see
dying.
the-
You've got to get to her.
Yeah, found it.
I'm sorry, Michael.
You can't see the buttons. Let me fix this so you can actually see the buttons. So these editors here, you can flip and flop,
Gamers.
Stop. We're allowed to.
change it little by little. And then the mutations.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. So Mum said.
Can you control it via MIDI as well, Andy?
Yeah, definitely.
Sorted. 'Cause my iPad's part of my live setup, which I've not used yet, and I was looking for some extra
Could be
bits.
quite. Yeah.
Not quite the same as grabbing hold of those knobs. though, is it?
No, but it does so much more.
No, well, if you MIDI,
That's the point.
it's, when I'm playing live, if I can use that as MIDI, MIDI, send out MIDI messages to it, that'd be cool.
And then there's the
It
fingerprints.
has wave
right?
folding on it and fuzz. You can change the wave shapes. There's just all kinds of shit on here. It's crazy. And there's a variation mode. I forgot to show that, where it just jumps between variations on the fly. You just keep hitting variation, and it does all these changes to it. And in randomizer, you can change what scale, what pattern you want it to go into. So it's completely bonkers. Brambos makes amazing iOS apps.
Good job.
He makes a Buchla one called
Counts. Yeah.
Ripple Maker. This was Troublemaker. Ripple Maker is the Buchla one, which is really cool. It's like an easel.
Anybody else remember the Fat Freebase 303? The clone in the 1U rack
Yes.
man. Yeah. That was
Yes. Well, I've got the
Back
incarnation
in-
for that. Oh, Robbie, haven't I? I got the That's where that is. The MB.
Oh, that's
33.
the same circuits. Oh, wow.
That's basic.
Because they reckon
that's
that was
basically that in
really
that box.
really good. Yeah.
I actually like the sound of that, Darren. I remember you were doing something with that
Yeah.
a few years back. It was
Cool.
so good. Yeah.
I did it as I did it for the what's that synth one?
Yeah. It was really good.
Ages ago. I think it was the first one. Yeah, in fact, actually, I might use that live. I've not thought about that, but I might take that live.
Yeah. I mean, this is not a 303 at all, but this can get really kind of bassy. This is the the geode, Canadian guys doing that, and because it's got that T-type filter on it.
Yeah, I'll buy from Canada. Don't worry.
Yeah, see, they're okay. You can buy from them. They signed it. Look, they signed it. Isn't that cool of them, hey?
46.
And I bet they won't tell if you for it neither.
46 of 100. They only made 100 of these. The nightshade with the bats. Andy, you like that because I know you're into the bat stuff, and so is what are they called again? The
noise engineering.
Makers. Noise engineering. They're into the bats. Yeah, they donate money, don't they? Yeah, yeah. China's into the bats too because they they brought us COVID.
They're from the wet markets. Yeah, they like to eat them. Yeah.
Allegedly.
That's
It's
on
not
the stick. No,
allegedly
there are
anymore.
pictures in.
Stuff this allegedly shit.
But they are delicious.
I'm just protecting you, man. You know, when they come for you.
They're not going to come from me. Do you know how far I live away from all those bastards? They have to get on a plane. They get deep vein thrombosis. They'll be winging. Don't worry.
Hey, they've been putting warships not far from you. They've been.
It's okay. Ranzee had his
we've got
guard
warships
all around the house.
Do you guys see that? That was funny. That there's
you've been
this,
doing live testing.
No, I saw it. The CNN. It was like on CNN, and we don't usually watch CNN, but they had this thing where they had the map of Australia, and they had this little line that went all the way around Australia, and it was like this little Chinese warship graphic. And it's like Australia asked the US, "What are these warships doing here?" And the US said, "We know about them." that was the news article. We know. Well, we know. That's why we're asking you.
Yeah, but they've been doing some live war games, haven't they?
They had been. Yeah, they've been naughty little boys.
Yeah.
Well,
I told you, you're just
broken
going to be
any international laws, though.
all those rare earths.
Yeah, they've stayed. What is it? 200 miles off the coast or something. Whatever it is. Whatever that stupid law is, off the shelf or something. Yeah. David, are you terrified of bats? Are you?
Yes.
What are you doing about that?
Oh.
What's going on?
He doesn't like bats.
Oh,
He
you
likes
got the
next
pussycat.
letter along. Cats.
Yeah.
Cats and bats.
Oh yeah, we had all those bats growing up, and they were flying around your head and everything. And I thought I was going to get rabies.
Oh, were they the fruit bats though, weren't they?
I don't know, man. They were bats.
Were they in the
They had
trees?
rabies.
what?
They had rabies.
The sad thing is,
They
I
were
used
in
to
my
work with
head.
bats at the zoo.
They were everywhere.
We had two kinds of
I
fruit
don't know.
bats
They
at the
had
zoo.
bats and they had rabies. I can just.
And sadly, everyone is
that is
have
literally
rabies, so
like
we all have
the-
to get rabies
I'm
shots.
sorry.
That's the
but
intro
a
line
very
for a cool
American-
movie, I reckon.
Exactly. That's exactly a very American thing to say.
Hang about,
that-
everybody's talking at once. Whoa. Andy, what was you saying?
Yeah, you run the show.
I said
Dan.
we actually had to get rabies shots because I used to work with bats at the zoo, and even though they didn't come anywhere near rabies, it's a law because everyone's paranoid about bats and fucking rabies.
It's for the protection of the
So-
bats.
Yes.
You
Well,
believe
Well,
these
it's
people,
just-
Andy? Yeah.
Yeah,
What's wrong with them?
but I used,
Freaks.
but they're great. I used to pick them up, and their claws
Yeah.
are really sharp, and their teeth are pretty.
They
pretty rough,
are
so I
the-
use leather gloves sometimes.
Yeah, just don't let them
They
bite
are
you,
the
man.
But those
weirdest.
little chihuahuas, they're
All right,
cute.
here's the
They're little cute little.
All right, here's the counterpoint. And that was Andy's, right? All right, for everybody else. God, I love Andy's perspective. They are
Well, the little
awful.
chihuahuas with
They are
wings.
the weirdest little freaky things you'll ever see. I want you to be honest and
But you
watch. Let one in your house walking around with those wings, right? With their
Walking
little
around.
mouse
The
brains
claws
or
on the
whatever.
end of the wings. Ooh.
the little mouse.
They are.
Here's the thing,
No,
though.
I do.
The
I
insect-
really like them, but I like bats.
The
but I am
insect-eating
terrified
ones
of them.
eat so many insects, we need them. And the fruit eaters pollinate so many fruits, you need them as well.
But you can't.
So,
How do you rationalize fear? I mean, they're still really ugly and creepy.
I get it, but if you kill them all off, we would have a big problem in the world. So,
I'm not killing anything. I'm just terrified of them.
I know, but people do want to exterminate them, sadly. So,
But they
I
look
used to be
cool.
terrified of-
I love them
I
on
don't
my
mind
gear.
bats.
I want bats everywhere on my gear. No, I mean I can go outside. I think they're really cool, but
with rabies.
I am
so
afraid.
I'll even put a link of a video I shot of them in slow mo in the
Oh
chat.
God, here we go.
That's the first part of you. You're getting over your fear, you know. seen a video from Andy.
That's right.
I used to be scared of dragonflies.
Exposure. It's called exposure.
Dragonflies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate
He is very
dragonflies.
good at that.
Oh, dragonflies are lovely.
I
They're
love
completely
so they're-
harmless. They're not going to hurt you. But they're
I
big.
know, but it's the sound. is the
Dragonflies?
problem.
Oh yeah,
They're
it's
just-
all right. I'm over it now. I'm over it now.
No. Oh my God, Rob.
I kind of.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, you got dragonflies and damselflies, so
Yeah, we used to get
Yeah,
them
it's a
in
dragon.
our
It's a dragon. Big,
in
the
our
big
last house, we had a
dragonflies.
big
You don't
pond.
see so many of them
Loved
now,
the pond.
actually.
Hmm.
And apparently,
Good.
there's not been that many bees around the UK last year.
Oh,
No,
Our bees are in decline.
Are they?
be gone.
Yeah,
They
apparently.
say that every
They are in
day.
America,
Yeah,
apparently.
probably
as
every
well.
10 years they say that, I reckon.
Yeah.
Bees are in decline, and then all of a sudden someone grows about 5 billion of them. Oh, we're okay now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely say it.
Bees are good. Bees are good guys. They're the good guys.
Yeah, I do. I do big swaths of sunflower. I have a big sunflower garden and have all sorts of cool stuff. So I have bees all over.
Yeah, I love
I have no fear of bees. I will or beer, but
I'm
Good
coming to your
pivot.
house.
Freudian slip much?
you get a beer.
There you go. I put the link of the bats in slow mo, different frame rates. It's really fun to watch them fly. So,
Cool.
and just so you know, I got pissed on to shoot these shots because they're constantly pissing when they're flying around. So
Oh,
I'm making a good case right now.
you gotta
Yeah,
stay
I
light.
see.
You gotta stay light.
This,
Birds do the same
like-
thing.
oh.
they're so cute, they piss on you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Happens to
And
us
then,
all
and
when
then you
get
get
into
some
things
lady
like that.
go, "Oh, it's lucky. It's lucky. You got pissed on. Oh, it's lucky."
I'm anointed.
Piss and make it better then? Yeah.
It's lucky. It's a lucky pea.
Yeah. Like one day I got.
Body, the lucky pea.
I'm walking down the street and some massive,
Oh.
huge bloody pelican or whatever it was does this
Yep.
massive shit on me, and this lady goes, "Oh, that's lucky." I'm like, "I'm gonna have to have a shower. How's that lucky?"
Exactly, yeah. Gets in your
It's lucky
hair.
for the dry
I've had
cleaner,
that happen. I've had magpies do that.
Yeah, send it to the dry cleaner. I can't get this to work. Where are we? MIDI. That's what I want. MIDI. It's plugged in. I'm trying to get the this thing to work. This thing. Yeah, it's definitely working. Plugged in, but not getting any sound. Ay. What is going on, people?
You need to pee on it first.
That's what she said.
That's what you do for, what, octopus sting? No.
Jellyfish, isn't it?
So,
Sound. Give me
Steve
sound.
Elbows asked which band stopped a gig because pigeons were crapping on them.
Oh wow.
I don't know. I
Let's
have no
do
idea.
some.
Is there a punchline to that?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting
I'm
for.
guessing there might be, but I'm waiting for it to come. Oh, wait,
USB MIDI. USB MIDI. What the god hell are you doing? Weird. Maybe it's this. Try a different
Look
cable.
at seagulls.
Fucking seagulls, yeah. I was
Oh,
once,
the irony.
I was once attacked by geese.
Oh gosh.
I was bitten by a swan when I was a little boy. I don't remember it, but my mum always used to remind me.
Yeah.
Don't think I suffered anything major.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
Yes, I got an incredibly long neck now, and the king owns me.
Yeah.
I'm the king's bitch.
Oh, I've worked it out. This probably needs one of those TRS cables in it, not a TS cable in it. And it's not likening the TS cable.
Oh, God, I hate that.
Oh no.
There's a website where you can put it, you can type in which type of kit you've got and whether you need a TS MIDI or a TRS MIDI. I've actually got the wrong
It's
one.
audio.
All right.
No, he's
It's an audio issue. All right, we'll sort it. Don't worry. I've got
stereo.
I've got an 83-litre plastic box here under my desk with about 4,000 cables in it. And they're all tangled. Here we go. Let me guess which end it's going to come out of. Left or right? Probably both. Hey! There you go. Made a fart sound. Pardon me. So we've got geode on one. Oh. Listen to that filter. Can we speed this little baby up? Right. I've actually got a camera on this. I probably should have shared it with you. Rather selfish of me, wasn't it? There you go.
Right, turn these up down.
I like that detune on that. It's kind of like augmented fifth or something.
It's kind of dark sound.
So this thing is actually a... Shut up, TB3. You're crap. You're repetitive and you're crap. This thing is...
Not Twitter.
This is digital, right? This is digital, but it's got an analog filter on it. So it's, I think it's like an Arduino or something, isn't it?
Oh yes,
Chris?
18 mega 328p.
There you go. don't ever knock Arduinos. They can make fart sounds.
Yeah.
Winning.
Well, look at Soulsby. He makes all kinds of stuff out of Arduino, right?
Who is it?
Actually,
Soulsby synth.
Paul Soulsby, yeah, legend.
Sorry, I didn't hear him. Yeah, I'm perplexed why some of those Behringer prices have gone up. Unless it's
tariffs.
the tariffs. I'm
getting ready for tariffs.
It's 25%.
It's got to be Trump's fault.
I'm gonna put a 25% tariff on this.
10% more filter, we'll put 10% more resonance on.
Well, it's cost of everything's going up to some extent, isn't it?
You know, a bunch of American companies didn't give Christmas bonuses out last December because of getting ready for tariffs.
So they got the memo, did they?
They knew it was coming. Well, everyone knew it was coming.
They
Just
knew
a
he was
matter
going
of
to
time.
win.
Yeah.
No, he already won. This is December.
Oh, yeah, okay. Good point.
Yeah.
But and they also were stockpiling parts because they knew parts were going to go up.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because guess where we get a lot of our parts? From China.
Exactly.
Yeah. It must be affecting Apple, you know, the world's biggest company in the world, and all
cars,
their products
everything's
are
going
made
to
in
go up.
China. But I mean, I know they've got billions and billions of dollars.
Well, Apple came up we're not very happy as soon as they put them on China, was it? I think they've already said that up. This is not exactly over the moon.
Yeah.
I reckon they're going to get around it somehow, Apple, because they're pretty crafty about the way they set their, LLCs up,
Yeah, well,
So they'll say, oh, yes, we manufacture in China, but the company is actually owned by some Irish LLC.
I was going to say, you put everything in Ireland,
in Dublin.
Isn't that the solution?
In Ireland, yeah.
It won't be the company. It's never the
Well,
company.
not really, because the tariffs will be on them.
It'll be the end user that will always be worse off. So
Yeah.
Of course. Except for the workers who were jumping out of buildings, killing themselves, making the Apple products. Remember that?
Foxconn,
That's not good.
where you can jump out of a building.
Foxconn,
They put nets. They put nets outside the
Yeah,
building to
yeah.
stop the people dying.
Yeah.
Safety for your
Yeah, because
safety.
they couldn't recruit as fast as they were
Welcome
jumping.
to our company.
We
Don't
need
worry
you.
about the nets.
There's actually a Foxconn office right around the corner from the old Apple headquarters. I drove past it a while back.
I remember Foxconn when they were actually like just making computer bits, like a long time ago. You'd remember?
Yeah,
too,
I
Andy,
remember
right?
buying a desktop PC from Foxconn.
Yeah, motherboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
And somehow they got crafty and they got into the manufacturing. Hey, we'll do it for you type business, which quite a lot of Chinese companies do. And I forget, there was some chipset that they bought out. I think it was VIA. I'm not sure if it was VIA, but someone like that. Like a VIA. And they used to make. If it was VIA, and I could have got this wrong, but if it was VIA, I've had a few beers since then, boys. Brain cells are damaged. But if it was VIA, they made chipsets for motherboards, right? And then everyone who made motherboards had to have a VIA chipset. And this company just got bigger and fatter, and the golden goose got, better. And that's kind of how they got into bed with Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love these products, but it's very sad what has happened to people because of them. So,
Absolutely.
Well, there's
Back
got
in
to
a
be.
minute, just going to go make a cup of tea.
Yeah,
Just
grab
my
one for me, won't you?
teenage is out for the afternoon, so
Oh, I'm going to get a beer.
God, it's so hard to get some help these
I'll take you
days.
for the afternoon.
Robbie,
off.
take over, will you?
For now.
Actually, no, Daren was doing a pretty good job before.
Yeah, go, Dad.
Back in a minute.
This is my weekend off.
He's done his
And you
shit.
don't-
Actually,
you're not
it was
getting
a
a cup of
weekend
tea
off,
brought,
yeah,
yeah?
right.
Nobody brings me shit.
Have they all gone for a cup of tea?
Yeah, they've all gone.
Apparently.
Oh, gone for the
Daz
booze.
is going for a
There you
beer.
go. Do you want to hear the RD78?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go on.
Go on. Power cable, not long enough.
Now, do you need a TS or a TRS cable?
This'll do. I'll tell you one thing. The mix out on this is mono, which I guess is supposed to be authentic.
Makes sense. Mm.
But the phones is stereo, which is much better. Don't want this to be too loud. Alright. Getting that?
Nope.
Not hearing anything
nothing.
yet.
Weird. Why is that not coming through? Oh, I know why.
Shh, he's back.
Oh, he's
Oh, it's too late now, kids.
Don't say anything. Oh,
We're sprung.
Cheers, boys.
I said you were getting a beer.
Guess what?
I had mine
Next
this morning.
week
I mean-
is our show's 6th birthday.
Next week is our 6th, did you say?
Yeah.
Wow.
six
Congrats.
years of
How stupid am I doing this for 6
sitting
years?
here trying to look,
No comment?
sitting here talking, thinking we know what we're talking about.
Bloody hell. 6 years doing this stuff.
Yeah, good.
Seriously.
Yeah, we're about 3 away from our 5th, I think. Something like that.
I blame the pandemic.
What 3 years away from your 5th?
Yeah. No, three shows away. 3 shows away from the 5th.
It's a bit like when I play chords, Daren. I'm about 3 away from my 5th. Oh, that sounds like crap.
Hey, can you hear this? Do you know what synth this is? I can't hear it, so I'm just guessing.
It sounds digital.
Mm-hmm.
Is that me or is that sort of
Just hold it there.
cycling? Sounds like a loop
I
cycling.
can't hear it, so I'm just guessing. Come on, you should know it. No
No.
ideas?
We're not doing a... Oh, the quiz. Yes.
Oh yeah, quiz.
Let's do another
Jeez.
quiz.
Oh yeah, the quiz.
Let's do another quiz. Don't run that stinger. We're gonna be so sick of it after a while. If we're not already. Okay, boys and girls, the next clue is
next time.
hold. The next clue is hold. HOLD, hold. Quick, get your Googles out.
That's not what the first clue was. Now
I'm not going to tell you.
what was the first? What was the first clue?
Can't tell you.
Well, actually,
Somebody private
I've
chat me
actually
the
used
first
that
clue.
on that machine. I've had a hold, and I've also used the other word.
Don't help him. He doesn't need your help.
I do. I really do.
Jeez, that Adamson bloke's a prick. Doesn't tell me. Oh, James! You spelled it wrong, by the way.
Bert's going to sell me a clue for a tenner.
You spelled it wrong,
Hey,
James.
If anybody's into their Atmos,
Doing that
Dolby,
deliberately.
whatever doodah, that is spectacular in
Oh.
Atmos.
Yeah. Isn't it
Oh
what?
my word!
Autobahn.
Yeah. Yeah, fine, off the Autobahn.
But the bit towards the end is the bit that just goes off, right?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
The last 3 minutes of that song just.
Yeah.
I love the Doppler horn passes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inspired stuff.
In Atmos, that is just
The bass goes.
like you are in the middle of
At
traffic.
first, the bass goes boom, boom, and then they get bored with it, so it starts going boom, boom. You can just see these guys are like smoking the ganja and having fun.
And it's just like it goes from like that synthy stuff, and then you get the flutes in there and all the acoustic instruments. It's genius.
It is
It's
good.
pure flipping genius.
It is very good. Yeah, I remember.
I hope they do all the others.
What was it? I think it was Apple. Yeah, I was listening to it on Apple Music because they've got this new lossless thing, and I remember they were. This was when they advertised it. I think it was a couple of years ago, and I thought, I'll go listen to a couple of tracks that I haven't listened to for a long time and see if it actually sounds any clearer. And I swear it sounded amazing because they've got this new lossless thing. So apparently there's no compression or anything on any of the sound. And I had it playing in the car, in a pretty decent car stereo, and it sounded absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Just takes up a lot more space on your phone if you download the stuff to your phone.
Oh yeah.
So, hence why I
she's a
got the 1
fatty.
terabyte iPhone this time. That's where I put most of my stuff.
I'm still stuck with the 13, and I'm going to be holding on to it until the battery dies or something stupid happens to it, until they firmware upgrade it.
Yeah.
To make it not work again, which they used to do.
Because I was on the 13 until just the end of last year, and I gave that to my missus, and she's loving it. But the 16 is very nice. The camera on it is fantastic.
Yeah.
If you need extra massive storage for videos and lots of songs, those little plugins, they used to be Lightning, now it's USB-C. Leaf made one. There are a couple different companies that made them, and they're really cool, easy to use. And your phone is free to do other stuff when you unplug them. So,
I used to love one of the things I used to love about the Android, and this is before I went back to iPhones, was they had the OTG, the on the go. You just stuck a little thumb drive into the USB port, and then straight across. There was no, I mean, Apple have fixed it now, but there was a stage where you had to go through iTunes or some wankery, and then like you couldn't get your files
or
off
a
your
Wi-Fi
phone.
thing or something.
Yeah, it was really stupid.
They still have issues with power. If your MIDI USB device draws too much power, Apple doesn't like it. And also little things like little microscopes and cameras you can hook to your phone that have a light and stuff. They won't do that. It's too much juice. But Android's good for that kind of weird stuff.
Yeah. Also, I've been told, someone was talking to me the other day, like, you should get a new phone, but don't get an Apple. And I went, why? And they went, because you love cameras. And I went, yeah. Apparently the new camera in the Google Pixel is like, they've got some magic shit going on in this camera that, like, it's just incredibly zooming and,
their cameras are usually ahead. Unfortunately, that's one of the Apple's a little behind on the cameras. So
yeah. Well, I mean, when I was at the New Order concert on Wednesday, I got a little frustrated with it. my iPhone 13, it didn't handle low light very well. So it goes
No,
into
it
this
doesn't.
thing,
No, I
and
find that.
and you take a
Yeah.
photo, and then it goes through this thing where it sort of little bar graph thing
It's
goes
it's
across.
stacking.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
stacking
Yeah.
images. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but when you get a still
Is
picture
it
that
the
way,
Pro
they
as
look
well?
beautiful.
What's that, Darren?
Is it the Pro Apple 13? iPhone 13.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
just- well, mine's
think
just
so.
a-
I got a 14 Pro Max.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Any way to find
mine's
out?
just the
Yeah.
I've forgotten.
whatever the Apple. I got a slightly bigger screen version, but
Does it actually tell you?
it should tell you somewhere. Shouldn't
Please
it?
tell me about my phone. Not about me.
Apple was first to do the LiDAR stuff.
Yeah,
You
yours
do
is
3D
yours-
scanning with your phone. The LiDAR.
Yours is
Setting-
the Pro, isn't it?
settings-
Yours is the
settings
Pro, Rant,
and
'cause it's got
general.
three
Yeah,
cameras
mine's a
to
Pro.
start.
General, yeah.
Yeah.
It says this
Yeah,
is
this
an
is a-
iPhone Pro.
16 Pro Max.
It's got 3 cameras, so
Mine is not a Pro. Mine is just a
yeah, you've only got.
iPhone 13.
Brands.
Yeah, the
When you
yeah,
went
the
to
Am-
see
Rank amateur.
when you went to see New Order, Ranzee,
Yes, Robbie.
did Mark Reed a DJ? Because I knew he was DJing opening
Yeah,
for them at
He DJ'd, yeah.
Cool. Top level.
And I felt a little sorry for him because, well, the poor geezer. So the way this place works, where we went, it's called the RAC Arena, right, in Perth, and it's like they normally use it for like big sort of sports games, and it's kind of they've got seats that all sort of come out from the basketball court in the middle, or the netball court, whatever it is in the middle, and they all go up and they sort of on different angles. And so what they did is they sliced the place in half, and so you had kind of like half the arena for the concert, and the stage was sort of the middle if it's sliced across, right? So the acoustics was amazing because of that, because you think about it, right? All the speakers were sort of all panned out, and the sound was just traveling up the seats on all sides. It sounded incredible. And the DJ was doing a really good job. Was actually going off on his music, but everyone just, because they knew New Order wasn't starting until 8:30, they're outside. You only have to walk like 10 meters or so. You're outside, and there's all these bars all lined up all around the outside, and they're all having a beer and talking outside, and there was no one inside. And his music was really good. Like he was doing when you go and see a DJ and he just plays music and he's just mixing the songs. He actually does. So what he does, and Robbie can attest to this, is he samples really popular like vocals and he stems them and stuff like that, and then he remixes it and he puts his own music production over the top, and it is friggin' amazing. It is really good. It's very modern too. Like the younger kids, would like it probably more than us. But I was really getting into it. The youth.
Yeah. I feel awful if I don't show up for the support act, whether it's a DJ
I like to watch
or a band. I like to see the support act, because sometimes that support act is brilliant. Sometimes they're not so much, but other times they're absolutely brilliant. And
Yeah.
I saw the
you pay your money.
1975 as a support act.
Oh, never mind. No.
I went to
Yeah, I didn't like them, but Jane loved them.
I went to a concert. I think it was U2, and God knows why I went there. But anyway, I went to a concert, and we've got this huge stadium in our city called Perth Stadium. Funny name. And it seats about 60,000 people around the seating area, and then you've got the massive, huge pitch in the middle, big footy pitch in the middle, right? And so they let probably another 20,000 people in on the flat area of the pitch, right? So there was a decent amount of people at this concert, but the acoustics, I don't know if, Chris, have you ever been to Optus?
No.
The acoustics is terrible. It's absolutely shocking, because it's like football stadiums are not built for bands at all.
No.
You
I
just
get
get
the
this real
impression
echoey, like
Yeah,
it
I get-
reverbs everywhere, and it just doesn't. It sounds all muddy and everything.
I get the impression they just try to go louder to compensate.
Oh, they were so loud too. You two
Exactly.
were
That's
really
what
loud.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just try to go louder.
I mean, I went to see Bruce Springsteen in 2013 at Leeds Arena when it just opened. So it's a brand new venue, and the acoustics, I was quite close to the back, were really, really terrible. All you could hear was the drum hitting the back wall. It was just terrible.
So anyway, getting back to this
I
arena
see the
place
chemical.
that I went to, You go next, Darren. I'll just finish off. One of the things I noticed, because it was so well, the acoustics were so well done, and a lot of it had to do with the sound guys because they got the mixes right. And New Order would be hard to mix because Bernard plays a real grungy guitar, and it just it's really distorted and grungy, and that's just his style, and I love it. But then you've got the chorusy, grungy bass guitar that Peter Hook would have played, but it was some other guy filling in for him. And those two would kind of compete acoustically, right? You'd only just get the slight frequency differences, but in a live environment, it would be hard to separate them. And these guys did it perfectly. You could hear nice and clearly the separation between them. Obviously, they were using some sort of
bit of
EQing
multi-band.
and compression and
Multi-band
stuff.
compression, probably. Yeah.
But when they had all the sort of sequency, synthy stuff going on, which is typical of New Order, right? And then the guitars went in, it just really warmed up the feel of it. It just like you had that sort of, it's almost like it was if it was the sequency stuff, the drum machiney stuff, was kind of clinical, but then you'd have Stephen playing his live drums over the top, which he's just incredible at doing, and then the guitar and the bass comes in and it just warms it all up, and so you get that kind of those little goosebumps down your arms when you feel that. It was just really well done, and not many concerts do the mixing well. I think they just cross their fingers and hope it sounds good in some places I've been.
It's a dark art though, because I mean I've sat and watched a guy called Andy Shillito, who is the Darknesses and other bands, but he's the Darknesses front of house guy. And through Dave Spears, he got me into the front of house section, and just watching him mix live, you'd think that they would have played, if they've played a venue before, you've got an idea of what the acoustics are like and what it sounds like with people in it and without people in it. But he is playing that desk. It's almost like an extra instrument that he is just playing around, and he's picking up where things might be needing to be reined in or broadened out. And he's got this stuff, and he's literally is just like he's performing every song live. It's incredible to watch, and it really I came away with a huge amount of respect for that skill set. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So Darren, you were going to say something before.
No, I was just going to say the support band I seen was the Chemical Brothers when they were supporting the Prodigy. At, Blackpool Emperor's Ballroom.
Serious name dropping.
Wow. Well, it was just those two. Yeah, well, it was cool because we never heard of Chemical Brothers at the time. Obviously, they were just supporting the Prodigy. I think the tickets were nearly about 13 quid as well. That's how old it was. Jesus. And they came on first, like in Emperor's Ballrooms, and it was like, what? This? They were that good. You were like, who's the main band there? But yeah, that was probably the best support band I've seen.
Until Firestarter came on.
With, no, it was before that. This was before Jilted to the Generation, I think.
Oh, really?
They were just starting to release tracks from Jilted.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were just starting to release some tracks, I think, from Jilted from the Generation, and that's when they did the gig, and the Chemical Brothers supported them.
I saw the Skids support. What did they support? They supported the Stranglers in Bridlington. And the Skids, I mean, nobody knew who the Skids were. And it's a typical thing, like you're saying, everybody's at the bar. So me and my mate go through, I always wanted to watch the support band. And they were absolutely brilliant. Really brilliant. I mean, you couldn't understand a word that Eddie Jobson was saying, but that didn't matter. There was so much energy. And they absolutely blew the Stranglers off stage.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. That's a good point, Ian. That's the other thing that shits me when you go to a concert and you can't understand what the singer is singing. And normally, like on a recorded version, you'd be like, oh yeah, you can understand every word. But a decent mixer will get the vocals right, and the vocals have to power over everything else. That's just one of the tricks, right? Yeah. But obviously they have to EQ it too, so it doesn't muddy up with the other instruments. And what Bernard was singing, Bernard has a technique. He's probably been told off a million times, I bet you, and he just tells them to piss off. But he has a really bad microphone technique where he quite often he'll talk into the side of it and he'll tilt the mic like this. You can see him doing it, and then you hear his voice go quiet for a split second until he readjusts. And it's a little bit unpro, but that's just him. You know, he's always been a bit,
And he's not got the best.
he's
voice
been a bit
in
of a
the world,
rebel
is it?
boy.
It's-
That one, yeah,
I was going to say Bernard singing.
yeah, exactly.
Singing,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a slight improvement on Ian's, though. To be fair, Ian,
Ian
Absolutely.
Curtis.
Ian was pretty bad.
Oh, I don't know. It's an acquired
Oh
taste, I
yeah,
suppose.
no, I've got some live recordings of them, and they weren't great. They were
Ian
definitely
had
better
that-
on record.
Ian
But
had
they
that
were
real
great. That was
thick.
the thing.
Ian had that real thick Manchester accent. Like Daren, you don't have that. You know that real thick Manchester accent, right? You're lucky, Daren. You don't have it.
Yeah.
But he had that, and when he sang, he also sang with it. It was kind of like, it was crazy. But yeah, no, they played some Joy Division songs. I was actually impressed. Yeah.
Well, Hookie's out at the moment, isn't he? Doing a couple of
Hookie, yeah,
albums
Peter
worth of
Hook and
material.
the Light. Peter Hook and the Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him live here. He was good. Not as
I
not
saw-
as
you
good
know when
as
he had that-
not
he-
as good as the other three, but yeah, still good.
Yeah, what was that band he had when he had with 3 bass players in it?
Oh, Freebase.
It was him, and Free Bass. I saw them.
It was him,
I have to say, I wasn't
Manny,
that impressed.
and Andy Rourke.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that's
Oh
it.
yeah, Andy
Smith.
Rourke. That's right. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah.
I was trying to
Yeah,
think who the third
Freebase.
guy was. Yeah,
They did like one good song, I
wasn't-
think. That was bad.
yeah.
It wasn't great. It wasn't a good night out.
Monaco were good. That was
Yeah,
one of his
I
Monaco
others.
love
were good.
Monaco. I bought the albums. Yeah. It's 2 albums, weren't there?
I just wish they'd sort. I mean, they're never going to. Never.
They need
Nah,
to sort
they-
that.
They,
Yeah,
I
They
wish
had a
would, but
tiff.
they never will.
They had a tiff, and that tiff was pretty bad. I know
Oh, yeah.
some of the things that were said in that tiff. They were pretty bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, a few bands.
Electronic, right? Which was Johnny Marr, Bernard,
Johnny Marr.
and it was produced by Neil from the Pet Shop
was the
Boys.
first one, wasn't it?
Pet Shop
He was,
Boys.
yeah,
But yeah, they did a couple of tracks, didn't they?
Neil Tennant, yeah.
he sang.
I like the first
he sang on
album.
it, but he also helped produce it. So he was kind of across a lot of the
Getting
tracks.
away with it.
Wasn't so keen on the
Which
second
was
album.
never on the album. Getting Away with It was never on the original
Yeah, I
album.
know.
Which is
I know. It's
weird thing, isn't it? In subsequent reissues, it comes on, but
Yeah,
so
why did they do that? Was that like a
occasions.
song
Yeah,
that they
I know.
did later on or something? Or
no, that was the first thing they did. The first thing they put out was Getting Away with It, and then the album came along. And people were going, "Where's the single?"
yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't
It's
it?
always
you know,
the,
bands
it's always
do that
the track
sometimes, don't they?
before. Yeah, they do.
it.
A lot of bands do that.
It's almost a Factory Records thing, isn't it? You won't put the
Well, yeah,
singles on the album.
well, that first electronic album was on Factory, wasn't it? Fact 290, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was.
It was. It was. Let's do this, guys. Let's finish it off with the last clue is CV. The letters C for cat, V for Victor. That is the last clue. Now you've got all three. Stick your guesses in the format of Ranzee, Synth Quiz, and then your guess. Thank you very much.
Bloody hell, I must have missed one.
There's three. Oh, you went got a cup of tea or something, did you?
Oh, you went to go
Oh,
cup
no.
of tea. Ah.
Oh, no. I'm
Yeah.
going to buy it off somebody.
Oh, it's wrecked. It's wrecked with goose. Yeah. It's got people thinking, what is it? Like, look at it. Look at you
I have
guys.
no
Like, your
idea,
brains going crazy right now. What the hell is this bloody Adamson guy doing? Key step 30s. What are you on, Jack? Seriously, mate, get off it. Actually, no, have more of it. It's funny. It's not a key step, boys. It's a synth. It's a synth quiz. It's a synth. It makes noise.
Well,
Half God's
Name
going
that
to give
synth
you
was-
£5.
It's all right, Biscuit. You can keep your £5 on it.
What guesses have we got other than key steps? Seriously, guys. I know where you went with it. As soon as I said CV, you were, oh, key step. Because it's got chord mode on it. And it's got, now you're looking at your key steps in front of you. Oh, yeah, that's got CV. Yeah, it's a key step.
Holly 6 then.
And it does have a hold. You boys are onto it.
of course.
Matt Brown's put his suggestion in. Yeah. Yes. Come on, boys. What do you think? What are you thinking? Discuss it verbally. Make noise with your mouths. What do you think?
Could it be a Yamaha reface something? No, I think we've already done that.
CV.
So half god, half beast has put his guess in. Geez, I'm going to have to look at the back of my Deep Mind to see if it's got CV. Has it got CV? Technically, expression pedal is a CV. Technically, yeah. Got on your mez. You can't miss the clues. I kind of started a bit late this week. No matter. There's no real timing with this synth quiz. It could be any time during the show, and that's the point.
So don't go.
No,
Anytime he remembers.
Synth quiz.
Anytime Rance remembers, yeah. And then you might change his mind about what the answer is. No, I'm just kidding. Tip top audio art, says Azio Head.
It's not.
I tell you, Bert,
Omnicard.
Bert, let me tell you, mate. If I had some tip top audio art in here, I'd be driving home in my Lamborghini. It's pretty expensive, that gear. No, it's not a tip top audio art. And whoever guessed Deep Mind, I think it was Matt Brown and Half God. It's not a Deep Mind, guys. Sorry. Boys, you're all over the shop. Look at you. Look at you go there, Robbie. Hey, is that what you think, mate? Is that your best effort?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to put the synth quiz bit.
It's not a bad one. Yeah.
It does have a lot of the stuff the key steps have, but it's a synth, right?
You guys give up? So I'll give you 30 seconds. Have you ever noticed when you do a YouTube live stream and you're asking questions to the chatties, they don't actually answer except when they type?
I said Poly6 earlier, Wagyu.
Where's my little 30-second thing gone?
Oh, could be a System 1 or
Cardbot, yeah.
I've got people confuzzed. You guys are going to kick yourself when you find out what it is.
Does have
you are going to all kick yourself.
System 8.
They don't have chord. I don't think they have a chord mode.
Yep.
On what?
I haven't used mine in a while.
Yep.
The Cardbot thing.
Yeah, but that's not a synth. It's a MIDI controller.
All right.
I got to try and find the 30-second countdown. Bloody hell. There it is.
Guitar.
Alright, here we go.
Good point. You hold it. It's got chords.
I'm going to say time is up when this goes bleep, 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 bleep. And then we can put it to bed. That's annoying, that sound, isn't it?
It's like the Nintendo jumping sound.
Oh, someone got some guesses in at the last second, didn't they, eh? Oh, look at that. Squeezing him in with a bit of Vaseline. Wagyu with his 400th guess.
Yeah.
So it's a Volca.
I promise I only guessed once. Okay. Untowards media, close. You're very close. You're very, 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 very close. Ooh. But no cigar, unfortunately. All right, I'll grab it.
The VT, the vocal one.
This is it.
Really?
Yes, this is it. Yes, it does.
4 notes.
Yes, it does chords, and it does hold, and it does have CV.
It does. It's a good point. Forgot about that. Keep on thinking of the S1, but it was
look at Wagyu's.
I did put the S1.
Yeah. He doesn't like losing.
No, you need to get over it, Wags. Honest.
At least it's not a bullshit marketing thing this time. So.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Geez, that broke the internet,
Yeah.
didn't it? That literally broke the internet. We could look at Wigoo. I had 2 guesses.
I think I had 3. So I said Poly6 first, and I said Microfreak, and then last just before S1.
But come on, you can't do that to me.
S1
You have
was
to make me
close.
buy shit.
And I was playing that earlier as well.
You were.
The Jason.
Yeah.
The J6.
Told you
Yeah.
it was digital.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Told
very
ya.
good. Hmm. There you go.
New rule: it has to still be available and relevant. What the hell? Slap. Oh dear. Are you saying? Okay, mate. That's a pretty big call. Are you saying that Roland SH01A is not relevant? Wow.
It's still available, that anyway, isn't it?
It is. You can still buy it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's actually apparently it's their best-selling boutique too, from what I've been told.
Yeah, it's one of the few that's still available, I think.
Typical with Roland though,
Cancel
they,
Roland.
they were like, "Oh,
and that.
we'll just release a limited edition of these boutiques." That's why they're called boutiques. They're limited.
Yeah.
And like 10 years later, they're still
churn
selling them.
out. Yeah, you can
I
churn
have to
out
say, I like the
4 million.
S1. I think the S1's great.
We love you, Roland. Where's that clown meme gone? Jeez, that was so stupid, wasn't it? I can't believe I have to screenshot the email.
That's what happens when social media drives your company.
Yep.
You do all the social media bits, and nobody, thinks to actually get someone to generate the serial number to give to people.
Apparently, people got them.
Somebody
though.
else hasn't somebody taken yeah.
Some people got the
But to
serial
put
number.
it in the email.
Yeah.
It's probably some database.
It's
connection
hilarious
that had to
though.
happen.
Like, what's going on?
It's a technical
Would you have the
problem.
S1 or the SHA1?
S1's great on size. I mean, I don't need anything bigger than that, really. I used it at last gig. And it played
Yeah, I've got the S1.
in bass patterns. And
I mean,
I found it fairly easy to program as well.
I don't really
Yeah,
care
I
if
think
I'm
the
giving away
smallest-
my free code here.
Isn't it?
I really couldn't care.
No.
But I'm
I think
pretty
the
sure it's
small-
not there.
The simplicity of the synth and the size of it
Yeah.
is a good match.
All right. It's a PNG, so it should work. PNG. Here we go. This is me screenshotting the actual email that Roland sent me. And
Okay.
I mean, unless I'm completely misguided, sorry, we are all out of stock. Unfortunately, we've exhausted all our stock of TB-303 software baseline coupons. As a consolation prize, enjoy 3 months of free access to Roland Cloud Ultimate membership. To claim your 3 months Roland Cloud Ultimate membership, you'll need to use your unique voucher code colon, and just in that white space between
That's probably where it should be, yeah.
where's my code, you dickheads?
Just out of curiosity, did you drag through it to see if the font?
Yeah,
color
I've
was
done
right?
everything. Yeah,
Okay.
I've tried everything.
Even
It was
inspected
hilarious.
the container to see whether
They've
it contained any
literally
text. Insert code here.
And then give it in
No,
one hand and
you've
take
got
it away
to
with the other.
darken the contrast on the page, and it'll show
Yeah,
through the
exactly.
white.
It's like invisible ink,
Yeah.
but digital.
You have to hold it up to the light.
not that I give a shit anyway,
What do
because
you need?
know.
Wave lemon over the screen.
I've actually had it where you have to drag through. The stuff isn't visible, so it's
No, I've done that.
Yeah.
from some.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
literally no, when you pull your mouse across and it does the little blue thing where the cursor should be.
the I beam.
Yeah,
the I-beam shows up.
There's literally just one character there. That's it. There's nothing there.
Empty container.
Yeah. Yep. It's hilarious.
Well, is that your code? Nothing. You just don't type anything in.
I did
Works,
see
yeah.
some people complaining.
No,
that
it's not. It's not.
I saw
Wagoo.
someone make a complaint saying, "How can you run out of something that's a piece of software?" Completely forgetting that they had 3,000 of them to give away. That was it. And they think, "How can you run out of something if it's just software?"
Yeah, because it says we've run out
Talk
of
about-
stock. It says
Talk
stock.
about marketing on face
We are
value.
out of stock. Yeah, I'll show you again. Look. In bold, we are all out of stock. What stock? Stock of what?
Well, the codes. The
Stock
the
images
codes.
for your
Stock
naffy bloody.
Stock digital items. Still an item.
No, it's not in the pink area, Wigoo. It definitely isn't. Where it says unique voucher code is bang. It's not there. Guarantee
There's a
it.
smutty joke in there somewhere, but
It's not in the pink area. Yeah.
It's the shocker,
That's not
right?
there.
I won't say the whole thing, but
Oh, it's hilarious
obscured
though.
by clouds.
It is hilarious.
But yeah, unfortunately,
I'd
a
really-
symptom of our modern technology these days is that, as I said, they work on getting things like the help explanation prioritized, and they don't think to actually put in the content. It's not. It's content is easy. It's content. Back on that old chestnut. It's like
Yeah.
no, it's all about the the providing the content in the best delivery system to the customer with the most amount of technical support, and that's what's important, not the content.
Oh, this guy.
It's a good day's work, isn't it, that?
Far out.
Thank you, Shutterstock.
Yeah.
No, that was just
Generic clown.
that was just stupid.
That was an AI. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use AI to generate your code.
Tip water on your computer. Just add
I
water.
saw something on Threads today. You know, what's it? Is it polydactyl? When you have somebody has more than 4 fingers and a thumb, they actually have an extra digit. And somebody posted this picture of someone who actually was polydactyl and had 5 fingers and a thumb, and the quote underneath was, "Imagine having a condition where nobody believes you and thinks your picture is AI."
Oh, I saw that. That was hilarious. Yeah, I saw that.
Actually,
and
if
the
you
guy's doing
AI a
this, like-
polydactyl image,
The guy's doing this bizarre chord in the photo. Yeah, it was hilarious.
if you AI a polydactyl image, you probably get the exact number of fingers you should have.
Yeah, maybe that's what you should do.
It doesn't ever do it right.
That's it. You just need to use polydactyl sources, and we've solved the
I've
AI
seen cats
problem.
with their cats with polydactyly. The Hemingway had a whole thing down in Florida on his residence, and all the cats are polydactyl. Hemingway's original cat progeny on this property, all of his cats that bred over the years, they're polydactyl cats. They're really weird.
What was that stupid thing about Matt Groening and how all the Simpson characters only had 4 fingers and
They have 3 fingers and a thumb.
yeah? So
Because if you draw 4 fingers, it just looks odd. Yeah,
yeah,
it does, and it's true. It does.
because
Yeah,
it
that's
kind
weird.
of it's even. Yeah, no, I was playing around with Midjourney
Ay, caramba.
ages ago when it first kind of when it first came out, and I remember I was doing a few like just for jokes, I was doing a few thumbnail ones for the YouTube for the thumbnail for the show, and every single time you ask it to do a synth, it always does it without, you know how you've got the C, D, and E bit where the black keys are separated. It just makes it all. There's no gaps, so the white and black keys are all just linear all the way through. And I go in there,
Like
please correct
symmetry.
it so that you have a proper piano keyboard where the C, D, and E are separated, and it's just ignores it. It doesn't know how to do it. It's just like
Patterns.
You get like 2 black, 2 black, 2 black, and then 3 black. And then
Oh, so Half God Half Beast goes, you'll laugh at this. I already own it. He's got a lifetime license for the TB-303 software, and he tried to get it. What happened? What was the outcome, mate? Did they give it to you? It isn't intelligent. Yeah, that's for sure. It's definitely not intelligent. We've proven that. Yes, I don't think I would probably get Roland Cloud again because I don't know. I've been in there, got it, had some fun with it, and you kind of have a poke around and you get a bit bored. It's one of those plans.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I quite like it, but they messed me around beginning of the year. Roland sent me a TD 716 V drum kit to review, and they said, "Oh, we'll upload." They said, "Have you got a cloud account?" I said, "Yes." They said, "Oh, great, because we'll send you some of the DW kits so that you can put them onto the Roland stuff and test it out." And I said, "Brilliant!" So I gave them my account details, and I'm an ultimate subscriber and have been pretty much from day one. And I got an email from Roland Cloud a few days later saying your cloud account has been deactivated and cancelled. What? And I went back in and it said, when I went into the account, it said your account is active, and I'd lost some of my lifetime license keys. And apparently they use the Roland Cloud to spoon out NFRs to people in the press and stuff, but they have to cancel your original account and then do something to it, and then you have to renew it again when your NFR period runs out, because they only put it up like for 6 months or something. It's an absolute ball ache, and I lost a bunch of a bunch of lifetime keys that I earned over my many years of owning it. So I had to complain about it, and I think they've sorted it. But yeah, it's they can never seem to get everything right.
Yes.
Yikes.
Culture of goes back. What was the answer for the quiz?
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Watch the show.
Someone's already sucked. Yeah. Oh, you know what? When you're doing that, like trying to find out, okay, what am I going to put down as the 3 clues? And like one of the things is you've got to try and make it so that it is a little bit tricky, but at the same time it's kind of obvious. And I knew this one would get a lot of people trying. I mean, I didn't expect the friggin' Arturia key step to come out as an answer, but that was funny. But I was trying to sort of throw you guys off the scent a little bit with the chord, the first clue, because a lot of people would look at an SH01A and think, oh, that's the SH101 clone, and it would be a mono synth, right? But a lot of people forget that it's got a 4-voice polyphony. And in fact, I was actually talking to a guy about a week ago about it, and he didn't even know he had one. He had one for about 3 years, and he never knew that it had 4 voices. He thought it was mono.
My goodness.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you're amazing! Wow, I didn't know this. It's hilarious.
There you go, public service. Yeah, they were all 4-voice.
Steve
the first batch of them.
Because it's hard enough anyway.
Bert was looking at accordions.
Yeah, well,
should be looking for thumb pianos.
There's the Farfisa. There's the Farfisa accordion, which is also has a built-in organ. I used to own one.
It's a bit heavy around the neck.
Years ago. Absolutely. I mean, I used to have it on a stand. It was so heavy. And it came with its own amp.
It's like playing the Moog Liberation. That was a heavy beast.
Anything but.
Actually, I picked up one. It wasn't that heavy, I didn't think, but
the Moog Liberation, they were definitely heavy. Like compared to like the Roland guitars or the Korg guitars, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, well those are boxes of air, so
exactly. And you're jumping around on stage and doing all the guitar stuff.
Well,
and he got this Moog Liberation.
Big Korg. Edgar Winter picked up that ARP keyboard controller for the 2600. That thing was big. Actually,
there's a concert with good old French man Jean-Michel Jarre with the Moog Liberation, and I just can't remember which one it was. I think it was like in the 80s.
It's the he didn't used it in the Oxygen thing he did.
Yeah, live in your living room. Live in your living room.
Yeah.
Oh, you're using that too, did he?
Yeah.
But he was trying to jump around with it in this old one, and it wasn't working for him too well, I don't think.
Well, I saw somebody strap on a Mini Moog. Is that George Duke or somebody like that? Those things are fucking heavy.
Yeah, sounds right. Sounds right.
No, I'll tell you, Steve Piccaro, didn't he? Didn't he have a strap on Mini Moog? Yeah. I know Howard Jones had he strapped on his Prodigy, didn't he? Moog Prodigy.
Oh, that's right. He was just playing it like down like that, wasn't he? It came straight down. Yeah, I remember that. He's been active on social media recently. The old Howard. I've watched a few of his little videos.
New release coming up.
Oh, okay.
He's
Another
still
concert.
touring, right? Is he
That's
touring?
fine.
Yeah, he's been doing all sorts of stuff, and he did
Does
that,
does Robbie still work with him?
Bronneman, yeah.
Okay.
And well, I know Charles Chicky Reeves does. I saw a picture of him recently with Howard, but I'm pretty sure Robbie still does stuff with him.
Guys, Robbie's been with him for years. Yeah.
Yeah, Robbie
yeah,
Brown
track
used to
it
go
down.
on Sonic State all the
Super
time.
Boy,
He
yeah,
just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, he's busy.
young
A
guy.
lot of this time he's busy.
Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I don't think I've seen him on Sonic State for a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's anything towards. I think it's just that he's
No.
just got stuff on. He did move at one stage. I remember. He moved, and then once he moved, it was kind of harder for him to get on for some reason. I forget what. There was a reason.
We're
For
talking
I
about
like when Mark
Robbie
Kinley used to go in there.
Robbie Bronneman.
Bronneman.
Robbie,
Oh,
yeah, he moved his studio, didn't he, Robbie?
Yeah, he moved his studio.
Robbie did.
Tinley, is he still in Glastonbury? Is he still there? Is he still got his shop?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just down the road from
Yeah.
me. Shop's closed.
He's had
Shop's gone.
He's had a hard time
closed?
where the shop. Yeah, the shop's closed, but his wife passed away, and
Poor Codge.
yeah, he's up and down.
He was funny. He always added a different energy to the Sonic State.
Oh, do you guys remember the rant that he did with the
Which
the
one?
Roland what was it called again? The Roland, was it the Integra or was it the other thing? V synth? I think it might have been the V synth. And he had this massive rant.
Oh
about
no, it was about the one before the precursor to the V-Synth, the one that runs on
Integra.
Windows 98.
Integra.
No, the red. It's a red rack Roland precursor to the
Varios.
V-Synth.
Varios.
Varios. That's it. He
That's
was
it.
going off about that. Yeah.
That's what it was. And he was going off about how it was vaporware and they were promising all this
Bloody
stuff.
thing only
it
works
was-
in Windows 98. Yeah.
I used to love the fact that his shop would open at something like 9:43 in the morning and things like that. It'd never be 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock or It was
Wow.
always some sort of strange. Yeah, he used to do that.
Did
sort
you
of
ever go to it when it was open?
No, and obviously it was
Yeah.
closed before we moved down here, which is a shame. But I always
Oh,
wanted to.
right. Okay.
No,
We
there
did
was
that because when we had Pocklington Music, I did communicate with him a couple of times about dealerships and stuff.
there was a guy in I forget where he was, what group he was in, where he was from, but he was from the US, Andy, your neck of the woods, and you too, Dave. And I think it might have been LA or something where he was from anyway. But he flew to the UK to do something, and then he went specifically out to his shop to check it out. And it was about 9 a.m. when he got there, thinking, "Oh, I'll get there when it opens," and it wasn't open, and he was really pissed off. And he was writing on social media about it and like taking photos of the front door and everything. You guys will find it's on Facebook. It was really funny. And then like he had to go and like tell people, "Oh, I was really sorry. I wasn't feeling well that day, and I had some shit on," and it was just a whole tirade of excuses. But that was not that long ago. I'm sure that was like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 years ago. But yeah, it all coincides,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
I need to go to Glastonbury because there's a studio in Glastonbury, or just outside of Glastonbury, that we want to have a look at. It might be the next village street. I'm not quite sure, but Jason knows.
Is he
So we need to
Adamski's
have
brother? No, the Adamski.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, okay.
He is.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of the other Adamski.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm thinking the other Adamski, the guy that is
Yeah,
making
what happened to him?
that synth. Yeah, what? He just dropped off, didn't he?
Where's
Yeah.
he gone?
He came on my show.
Yeah.
He's the one that guessed the OB12. I was talking about OB12, and he guessed the name of that
Yeah.
synth.
I should reach out to him. I haven't seen him for
Haven't seen him
ages.
for years.
Yeah, he disappeared. I sent him a message a while back, and he used to reply. He doesn't reply anymore, so I don't know what happened.
I know he was busy with work, but I don't think he was. I memean, he works. What he told me is he works Saturdays, which I get. People work Saturdays. It's cool, but yeah, he used to sort of sneak off and go on his phone and be on the shows and stuff.
Well, he also used to comment on videos too. He'd stop that as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's all right, man, because
Yeah, I don't know.
things happen.
You could just have other priorities. Sometimes people like to disconnect. The right to disconnect.
He got was it 2 young daughters? Pretty sure he had 2 young daughters.
At least one. I don't know if he had another one. Because he did a show with Dom.
Yeah, and he came on ours as well. I think he came on pretty much everyone's at one point.
Yeah,
because we were all like super excited about what he was doing, and then it all just went quiet.
Maybe that could have been why he's gone quiet, because he just never got around to finishing it, and he probably felt. I mean, that could be a possibility. Probably felt guilty or embarrassed by it.
No need to.
I mean, these things happen, right? Who cares?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. Good for trying. Really.
Maybe he sold his IP to a company under an NDA, is what Half God Half Piece is saying. Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, but it
doesn't stop him from
coming on.
Yeah, chatting and being himself, right?
Yeah.
You can't NDA yourself.
Yeah, just say I'm not working on that anymore, and that's that.
He was toying with the idea of making eurorack modules with some of the stuff, just so he could make small batches of stuff. But I don't know what happened.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I remember that.
There's a few people that are, over the years, that have gone kind of missing. That I've always wondered what's happened to them. Are you just when I was doing that re-show stuff, that series that I was reposting stuff on my show and going back over, one thing that was really interesting is you'd go back and you'd play the show again, you'd see the live chat spilling pie, and you'd think, geez, what happened to that bloke?
Not everyone's a social media whore like we are. We're all media whores.
Yeah, we are. We just we can't get enough of it, can we? Let's face it. We're all just massive egos.
You're allowed. Just be you. Who cares?
Yes, in the morning I scroll through my own Instagram posts every morning.
One of the guys I was thinking of
I do the
was,
same with my TikTok posts, seeing how many people have looked at my TikTok videos every morning.
Definitely.
Yeah, so one of the guys I was
your
thinking
TikTok
of
doing
was a guy called Marcus. You guys know him. He's from Greece.
Marcus, remember?
Yeah. And I was thinking about him, and then he came on the other day, and I'm like, yay, Marcus is back. It was just kind of really weird how I was thinking about him, and then he just came back onto the chat. Yeah.
Vibes.
Man with beard. What happened to Man with beard?
I've seen him recently.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him around anywhere.
Definitely not that long ago.
Yeah, not long ago. Maybe a bit longer than not. I don't know. But it just goes to show, Robbie, that we actually do care about all the chatty guys that regularly.
Of course we do. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we wonder what's up.
We know they're there. Yeah.
That's the community,
exactly.
isn't it? And it is lovely when people come up to you at a show and say, "Oh, I'm so and so, so and so."
Yeah.
I've seen you on the internet.
Well, they don't do it to me because it's a bit too far to come here.
It's a bit far, I know. Yeah.
If they did, I'd be like, oh, okay. Well, one person did, and that was good old Rich Hilton. Yeah. Which blew me away.
Playing Glastonbury this year is Rich. Good on him.
And Sandringham as well.
Is he?
He's doing. Yeah, they're supporting Mariah Carey with Eternal.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
Remember them?
Oh wow.
Yeah. Are they
There's
still
only
around?
one of those bands I want to see, and it's not Eternal.
Yeah, well,
it's not Mariah Carey.
Clues in the name. Yeah.
The Zimmer frame.
Yeah.
We're just too far away
knows.
to get free Glastonbury tickets. Apparently, because if you're close to Glastonbury, you get free Sunday tickets, or you can apply for them. But we're just outside the catchment area, which is slightly annoying.
Oh well, you win some.
I was listening to the radio the other day, and I woke up and they were announcing the initial batch of the lineup, and I was sat there thinking, am I dreaming? Because I could have sworn 2025 was going to be a fallow year. and it took me ages for me to actually. No, obviously not. Gary Newman's playing for the first time. It's been ages. I mean, people have been campaigning for him to play Glastonbury for decades. So he's playing. That'll be good.
I think I'll give Rod Stewart a miss.
My wife went to see him a few years ago, and she said, "Do you want to come?" And I said, "Nah." And, I mean, I love early Rod Stewart, like Faces.
Absolutely.
Rod Stewart
with the Faces and the first two albums. Yeah, great.
Yeah, just brilliant. But after he started getting all disco-y and that, it was just parody.
Well, do you think I'm sexy and all that crap?
No.
Oh, you don't like? Do you think I'm sexy? Oh,
when I lost
terrible.
I lost a bit of respect for good old Roddy when he was on that talkback show. I forget the one where they've got that red couch and that guy sits in the corner.
Graham Norton.
Graham Norton, and he was on there, and he's like, "You've got to call me sir." I know he was joking, but it didn't I don't think he kind of got it quite executed well. He sounded so pompous about it. I've got a knighthood from the Queen. You've got to call me sir now. And I think he was just, taking the P155, and that's just him. He's got that sort of sense of humour, but it just did not come across.
To counter that, he in the last 2 or 3 years has paid out of his own pocket for cancer screening. So he's paid for those, let's say portable, those mobile cancer screening units. To go to places where they're desperately needed, and he paid for it out of his own pocket. He even got some of his mates together and bought the materials and the plant to resurface the roads around his where he lives in Essex, because they're full of flipping potholes. And he said, "I'm mostly doing it because most of my cars are rather expensive, and I don't want to damage them. But this needs to be done." And so he just paid for it out of his own pocket. So I'll cut him some slack, because I think deep down he's a good soul.
He does mean it, yeah.
Yeah, but I think
some of us over here, we have a lot of potholes that need fixing.
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of things you need
drive
fixing
to
over
Palo
there,
Alto.
mate.
Palo Alto is a very affluent city.
I think your
right?
potholes are the least of the
Palo Alto has
problems.
some of the worst roads.
Exactly what I was thinking.
You drive by these $6 million homes with a shit road in Palo Alto.
Mate, you've got this orange man that needs a bit of fixing. I think that's
even
the
before
first.
him.
You do.
The roads have been like that for a while.
But I'll give the mag a lot. I'll tell you, they have got one thing right. Immigrants are costing them their jobs, except it's just one immigrant, and he's from South Africa.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, well, the KGB spy could be questioned as well, couldn't he? Eh? Good old KGB spy.
Little bit of politics.
Don't you think,
Can't be a bit
Andy? Don't you
politics.
think they might start looking at that executive order law now? Because really, at the end of the day, that was kind of stupid, wasn't it? Well, I think we might change that law.
That and the pardoning one.
So bad.
Well, he hasn't.
He sat there before he was
pardoned himself yet.
president. He said Obama
Until you
signed
leave.
so many executive orders, it shouldn't be done. And then when he comes in, he signs like twice as many executive orders.
does, yeah.
Obama spent like so many hours on the golf course, and he spends like 10 times as many hours on the golf course. The guy is just a joke.
Oh yeah, don't do what I do.
The problem is, Robbie, he isn't a joke.
How do you bankrupt
Yeah.
multiple
Yeah.
casinos? He's not a good businessman. He's an idiot.
Oh no.
Absolutely not. No.
Yeah, well,
No, and he's trying to do it a business way in geopolitics, which isn't going to work neither.
No. They're making enemies all over the world.
Yeah, I don't know how the Ukraine situation is going to go now.
well,
Badly.
I tell you,
badly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how it's gone. So he went to the US, and that was a train wreck. So then he jumps on a plane and he goes to the UK, and he has a chat to the UK Prime Minister, and that was a very different conversation. And then he then talks to the NATO people, and that was a very different conversation again. And the next thing you know, he gets a phone call from our good old Prime Minister down here in Australia. I don't know what the fuck he's going to do though, but with a can of matches and a couple of blokes. But you know, I think he offered them anyway.
What, some Vegemite? Yeah. No.
It was so funny. I'm driving in the car, and this general,
what you gonna
retired, like friggin' 5-star general, rings up the radio station, and he goes, "I'm, retired bloody whatever his name was, and I used to be in charge of the Royal Australian Army, and we had 30% more troops before this current government went in power. And then when they went in power, they went, oh yeah, look, we've got a lot of debt. Yeah, we're gonna cut this, cut that, cut this," and they ended up sacking about 30,000 troops over a very long, protracted period. But they basically forced retirement and redundancies and stuff like that, and they got rid of them. And this guy's literally saying, and Albanese's rung Ukraine and said, "Hey, you can have some of our troops." Where's he going to get them from? He sacked them all. Just the whole world is just stupid at the moment. Like, stupid everywhere. The whole place. It's just, that's why I use my synths, because it's like I put my headphones on, stupid goes away, and I'm okay again.
The only problem is we're closer.
Yeah. You are.
That's true.
Closer to stupid.
Yeah, he's been at the bottom of the world there. You can just sack this. You've got all them. You've got all this. I think you've got a lot of stuff in that country, haven't you, Ranz? We're dependent on everything.
I think we just have every stupid thing here that's ever happened, and they just send it here. Yeah. Those T-shirts, Andy? The "I'm with stupid" and the arrow. I reckon they're going to start selling again.
Yeah.
It's getting bad.
We
should probably, speaking of stupid, we should probably wrap up the show, because it's stupid time for me. I'm going to be doing soccer grading, or football grading, you guys would call it, tomorrow. So I've got a grade 75 under 11 boys with a bunch of other guys. It's not just me on my own. So we've got 5 coaches doing it. Oh, it's a friggin' nightmare. It's like herding cats.
I still love.
Are you grading between 1 and 10?
I love how you guys call it soccer. It's great.
We grade them between 1 and 5, and there's 5 teams for them to go into, and the teams are like the best team to the worst team. So yeah, so that's going to be fun. And there's always some mum who gets self-entitled and she wants to. My little Johnny, he needs to be in the top team. No, does he now?
You're grading him as what?
I like when the parents ask, like, well, what do they have to do to get better? Like, what? And I'm like, practice.
Yeah.
Like,
turn up.
Practice beyond just the practices.
Aptitude, discipline.
You're just like, you can't like buy your way out of this.
Quickly.
You just have to work hard.
I had this kid last year, and I think poor little kid was on the spectrum, but don't matter. He was still capable, right? And he turned up to 4 training sessions. My son turned up to 22 training sessions in the whole season. Wow. So that just gives you an idea of how many this kid's missed. Okay. And so the dad comes up and he's shirt fronting me, right, puffing his chest out. My son doesn't get enough game time and blah blah blah. And I said, how many games has he played, mate? And I looked at my my little spreadsheet thing that I keep track of. He's played 2 games. He's been to 4 training sessions. He goes, oh. I'm like, well, maybe you might need to show up a little bit more. He might get some more game time. Oh, and then all of a sudden the self-entitlement shit comes out. He's a kid with special needs and blah blah blah. And I'm like, so he's playing in a normal regular soccer team. It's not a special needs soccer team. So what do you want me to do? You
should use the stupid
crazy.
Musk line on the parents. Tell them it's a meritocracy. So
a meritocracy. Yeah. No, start adding 25% tariffs. You want more game time? 25%.
Tell him to write a letter explaining why he should justify his position.
What must and have it in by Monday.
No, the guy complained to the club afterwards, and then I had to go and sit in front of the president and explain myself, and I just went,
exactly, yeah.
Here's my spreadsheet, and the president looked at it and he goes, so he's literally only been to 4 training sessions. I went, yeah, and I said, there's my son there. he's been to 22. And my son missed a couple because he had sports carnivals and camps and stuff, right? So he didn't get all. And he's like, so what the fuck is this guy on about? Is he fucking insane?
Yes.
I don't know.
As
Said,
if they've
leave it
never
with
had a
me, we'll
parent
make him
do
go
that
away.
before. You think school people would be used to it more?
The club just refunded him his fees and said, don't come back. It's funny.
Harsh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Life and self-entitlement, eh?
Sometimes data-driven stuff works. Sometimes it doesn't. So, doesn't work here right now.
Doesn't work at Roland either.
Data driven, yeah. Social media driven.
Yeah, because it's all true.
Good on you, Bert. Don't forget to fill out the form, buds. With the dodgy name that synth that you guys freaking did last that week. Jeez.
Thinly qualifying.
That was dodgy as hell. I hope Hendrick's alright, eh? He's the poor fella. He's been through a bit of crap.
Yeah.
It's. Yep.
There's too many good blokes in this world. We don't want to lose any more. So stick in there, mate.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's already done it. Let me check.
Yeah, I recently just checked his Facebook and he said he was going in for his op. So
Yeah.
So
Forms. Winner registration entries. Oh, look at that big fella. Look at that. He's done it. All right, I'll send that off to Skippy. Cool. You'll have. He's pretty quick now, Skippy. He gets it over to you pretty quick. Hey, we need to get a sponsor for the synth quiz. So God knows how I'm going to get that. With the 30 people that watch my show.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every time they win, you can say they're out of stock. Nice for trying.
Oh, that's brilliant. Soft tube model 82.
Oh, that's good.
$29 at Plug-in Boutique.
What is
What
it?
is Rob?
Soft tube model 82.
Lady Aptitude's comment in the chat.
Yeah.
Babs' comment.
Oh.
Sorry.
It is a hot tip. Good on you, Babs. Done well.
They have good
Babs
stuff.
always has cracking tips.
Robbie.
Wow.
I said tips.
I know you did.
We know what you said.
We
But
know.
we know what you meant.
We heard you.
Yeah. That's what lotion's for, right? So.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Get some help.
Oh, here it is, Model 8.
All right, we're going to end the show, boys, before we get into trouble. And we'll just blame Robbie. Anyway.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Candy comes on and turns the show into a pub, but no, this time.
Yeah, I spent too long with him. I think that's what it is.
I managed to get onto a pub the other day because he had it at some
Yes, you
ungodly
did.
hour. And I'm like,
Yes, you
wow,
did.
what's going
In
on?
the afternoon.
I saw
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I saw you pop up. I zip through the fun mails and go, did Ranzee get? That
It's all
person
fun.
looks familiar.
No, I just woke up, turned the computer on, had the coffee in the hand, and then the browser pops up, and the next thing you know,
Yeah.
pub's on. I'm like, ooh,
Pub's on, yeah.
this is good. Straight in.
The live logo shows, and you think, why not?
Indeed. All right, we are going to go. See you guys.
Oh.
Enjoy,
Okay.
press record, and be nice to your mum.
All right,
Thanks,
buddy.
everyone.
See you, folks.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye all.
Great seeing everybody.
Thanks a lot.